What's good? What's good, everybody? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We getting right back to it, man. We getting right back to it. Told y'all, man, we got to get these getting back to the afternoon shows. Um, I want to hear a lot of y'all perspective on what's going on with Atlanta Dream, WNBA, everything that's in the news, man. So today is definitely your opportunity. If you want to join the panel, definitely hit that link once I drop it, man. Shout out to my brother Prince. What's good, Prince?
Oh man, another day in the life, Hey, time to get active, man. Afternoon's back. Time to get active.
It's time to get active, man. Hey, hey, bro. Last night was a movie, man. Last night was a movie. I don't see much haters though, man. We all haters at, man.
Hey man,
Where's the
hey,
haters?
they disappeared, dog.
I ain't seen the haters, man. All of a sudden they Wi-Fi stopped working. All of a sudden, man. Wi-Fi stopped working. They call not sick. They all of a
That's
sudden
not a
got
good.
on them.
They,
All of a
they
sudden,
using PTO.
yeah, they using PTO like Kennedy Carter. Got fired. All of a sudden, they got dates now. They gotta take the girlfriends out. Like, come on, y'all ain't got no girl.
Hey, all of a sudden they gotta watch the kids, huh?
Right. All of a sudden, man, you don't even take care of them damn kids, man. But all of a sudden now you want to be a dad. Come on, man. What up, Paige? Hoodie could say, yeah, okay, then definitely pull up. Y'all can pull up, man. Especially my ladies, man. I definitely want to hear from the ladies, bro. I want to hear from the ladies because their voice is definitely important, especially by this being, women basketball, bro. What up, Max B? What's good, Max? Yeah, all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, they too distracted to talk basketball. See, you know what it is? Told y'all, stop listening to these people on social media. I did not tell y'all, enjoy the low lights. All them low lights y'all post on Angel Reese, I kept telling y'all, enjoy that for now. Because you know what's going to happen, right? Y'all always get caught up in that first week of basketball. Y'all always get caught up in the first two games of basketball. And wish she was playing good. But soon as she have a bad game, y'all posting low lights. You remember that game against Vegas? Oh, everybody was talking crazy about Angel. Oh, start Medina Kai, bench Angel Reese and all that. You remember that, Prince? They were talking
all
crazy.
of that, man. All of that.
I'm laughing. I'm writing down names because y'all ain't gonna keep the same minutes.
All of that.
They gonna get their refunds back like they always do.
All of that. Hey, man. I wonder if they're gonna redo their tiers.
Okay.
I mean, they were so quick to do it when
Right.
Angel Reese was down.
Right.
I need the tier. When am I gonna get the new tier, man?
Yeah, that's a good question, Candace Parker. That's a good question.
They were so quick to do it when she was down. I need
Uh-huh.
the new tiers, man.
I'm just trying to figure out when is these when is the people in the front office gonna admit when they gonna admit that they got it wrong with Cameron Brink. When they gonna admit it, bro?
Crazy.
And as y'all come in, definitely smash the like button, man. Smash the like button. What up, C Brown? Shout out my boy C Brown, man. What up, man? Spectacular life. What's good? Anthony, what's good? What up, Jay? Max B in the building. And if you just joined the show, this is an open panel show. So I'm gonna give everybody a chance to come on the panel, give y'all opinion. I haven't been doing it, but we getting right back to it, bro. We definitely getting right back to it. What up, Jeremiah? I see you over there on Prince channel. Track Nation, what's good? What's good, everybody? Hit the like button, y'all join. What up, Vegas? Shout out to Max. He said, at show, tell Prince the Aces better avoid the fever. Hell nah. I disagree with that.
Hey, man, watch your mouth, man.
I disagree with that. Speaking, I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm gonna touch on we might talk about that little situation. I might talk about it. What up, CP was good. What up, homie? Oh, yeah, you already know we always stand on business. Cedric, what's good? What's good, child, man?
Hey, man, Show, let me say this right quick, Show.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, I've been on YouTube for 2 years now. Y'all know I'm Haitian. The word Zoe means love in Haitian. My name is not Zoe. My name is Prince. Show, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, dog. If you know anything about the Haitian culture, we use the word Zoe a lot. They be in the chat. They be like, "What up, Show? It's Zoe." My name's not Zoe, dog. My name is Prince. Dog, I've been dealing with this for 2 years. Hey, sometimes when they say it, I don't even realize they talking to me.
Hey, nah, for real. Man, look here. Man, shout out to Angel Reese, dog. Shout out to Angel Reese. Angel Reese, just like us on YouTube, we came to shake some shit up, man, around here. You know, y'all ain't finna keep playing with people's name. Y'all, I sat back and I watched, you know, a lot of people, you know, social media, YouTube, TikTok. They were there. Y'all been talking very disrespectful by Angel Reese, bro. I sit back and laugh because I like when y'all expose y'all so. Y'all really exposed. Some folks too that claim they're Angel Reese fans only when things are going good, right? Soon as she had one bad performance, now all of a sudden she gotta work on this, she gotta work on that, she gotta do this, she gotta do that. They don't even stand on it though. They get their refund like 24 hours later. You feel what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, you know, oh yeah, we been here. No. Stand on that what you've been saying. All these so-called stat geeks, Chicago, some of these Chicago Sky fans, I ain't forget y'all too. Chicago Sky fans disappeared, bro. They disappeared.
Hey, man.
Some of them Chicago
Crazy.
Sky fans, I ain't talking about all of y'all, so the shoe fit, it fit. If it bothers you, the shoe fit. Now, I'm talking about some of y'all. Some of y'all was talking crazy. Y'all was talking crazy. Y'all was talking way too early. I told y'all, man, wait it out. Y'all getting too excited off 4 games. Even y'all switched up, started talking about Jeff P got it right. Jeff P, he cooking and all. So you remember that?
Yeah, he cooking.
Hey Prince, somebody came to the comment section yesterday, right? They said, well, I understand what Chicago doing. They tanking for 2027. I said, fool. They don't even got their pick.
For real.
You don't remember what I told y'all? That was a stupid decision. You remember they got mad at me for saying this, Prince?
Yeah.
Rewind the clock. I literally said Chicago just traded a 2027 pick for J.C. Sheldon. They doing all this losing, and they ain't even get rewarded for it.
Crazy. She not even starting.
J.C. Sheldon. Oh my God, bro. This shit is so funny to me. Oh my God. Y'all making this shit too easy, bro. Prince.
Hey, she not even starting. Like, I don't even think she averaging 15 minutes a game.
For J.C. Sheldon, my boy.
That's crazy.
Hey, we're going to hit the playoff. We're going to repeal it, man.
And someone was coping with it like, we don't care about that pick. That pick ain't even going to be a top 10 pick next year.
Come on, man. Come on. They were talking crazy. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Come on, y'all. Disappear, bro. I tried to tell them. Kennedy Carter fans. I ain't forget about y'all either. Kennedy Carter fans was talking crazy to me 2 years ago. Kennedy Carter better Angel. I ain't forget about that. I don't forget nothing. You remember last year? Now this was last year. When Kennedy wasn't on the team. Oh, Kennedy a better player. Kennedy this, Kennedy that. Man, Angel 3-time All-Star. Kennedy ain't never came close to being an All-Star. Next. Next. Where y'all? Where's these people? Where y'all at, man? Where's all the Angel Reese haters at? I don't like how quiet it got. It got so quiet all of a sudden, man. You know, with Big Boss AR5 came back through the door and she showed y'all I am the needle mover around here in Atlanta. She showed y'all I am the needle mover around here. They disappeared. You notice that?
You know what's going on, show. They bosses in the boardroom right now, man. They coming up with the next strip.
Come on now, man.
They gotta wait for their bosses, man. They didn't send out their email yet. It was late last night when the game happened. You know, they woke up late. You know, I heard some of the Wi-Fi where AT&T was out in the city, around the cities, a couple days. They ain't get that email yet, man. They still in the boardroom. They about to come up with some kind of lie over the next 48 hours.
It's
gonna be a lie.
And last but not least, Prince, before we even get to her cooking, Erica Willard family. I mean, that's all part of the show. You get what I'm saying. Last but not least, where is you bum ass, racist, piece of shit ass Caitlin Clark fans? They got so much shit to say and I told y'all when we in the even playing field with you bums, she gonna kick y'all ass every time. What happened? What happened, Prince?
Hey man, ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun, man.
No fun when the rabbit got the gun.
All that gyrating, yelling at the crowd, all that
shaking ass and beating their chest, and they were doing all. They were talking crazy, bro. Y'all got Kelsey Mitchell and Leah Boston. We got Rachel Banner and Kia Nurse. Of course, y'all gonna win. Where is you bums at? Where is you bums? Everybody look better than that girl now. Now all of a sudden, all these point guards coming in, they getting high assist games with low turnovers. All of a sudden now, everybody out here getting high assist games with low turnovers. You notice that?
They told me we'll never see nothing like her again.
You right. We ain't never seen Congress. We ain't never seen nobody call Congress to help them out.
Man, they're crazy, man. That crazy. Hey, man. Hey, show. I'm confused, show. We pay taxes, right?
Yeah.
Man, we got a $4 trillion debt, and we worried about some basketball.
We worried about
hey, man.
Helping somebody that can't.
That's what you doing with my tax dollars?
Right.
Oh, man.
Come on now. Man, how about this? All y'all do is waste our tax money anyway. Use some of our tax money and go hire this girl a trainer and tell her to work on her damn game. How about that? How about that? Tell her to go work on them shitty ass handles. Teach her how to play defense. And tell her ass to get in the weight room and stop fooling everybody with them AI muscles. Y'all keep showing every year. Every year she got AI muscles.
Oh, they lied. They wrong for that though, show. They act like she had put on 15 pounds of muscle this offseason.
AI muscles, man. We know what it is. Everything artificial over there, bro. We already know.
Literally did nothing this offseason. Came back the same player.
Everything is artificial, bro. Everything over there, man. Ain't nothing real about them. Personality fake. Everything is fake about them, man. This is why we fuck with AR5, because ain't no theatrics. You can't buy them. Trust me, Prince. You don't think them folks want Angel Reese to sell out? Yeah, they want her to sell out. They know how powerful she can be by herself, what she doing now. Just sticking to her guns, sticking to stand true to herself. They know her doing that she too powerful, bro. So they're gonna find every reason. They're gonna find any kind of reason. They're gonna find something to try to, hinder her from reaching her full potential. But I keep telling y'all, you bums can't stop no progress. Whatever God got for you, who's gonna be against you, bro? There's nothing y'all can do about that. There's nothing y'all can do about it. Y'all can make up all kind of narratives. Y'all said the girl. First of all, how can anybody watch the number 2 best player according to now? Look, we didn't make this up, Prince. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up. I like pulling up shit that's documented, not just talking. Fuck your opinion. Let's talk about what's documented. You know, I get tired of dudes be talking like their opinion matters so much. I hate dudes like that. Like you talking like you know exactly what you're talking about. What you saying ain't documented, bro. You just capping. You just talking. You know what I like to do, Prince?
They be making up stuff, man.
Just making up shit.
Making
you know
up
what I like
stuff.
to do, Prince? I like to bring up what's documented. I like to bring up what's documented, Prince. Hold on, I'm gonna drop the link in a second. Hold on. Give me a time, bro. Give me time. Hey, Prince. What's the day? Hey, Prince. 2020 Sports Center next 100. Hey, Prince. Who's number one? Who's number two, Prince?
Paige Beckers, Angel Reese.
Okay.
Paige Beckers, Angel Reese.
So you telling me the stuff we say is not cap is documented?
Hey, man. First of all, I'm from Louisiana, man. We one of the largest Catholic education programs in the country. Catholic schools don't play nobody, man.
Man, we already know that, bro.
Catholic schools don't play nobody.
We seeing that. We see what's going on with the Eli boy.
Oh yeah. Well, Arch, I told him that too. I called it. Man, I'm from New Orleans, man. They don't play nobody at that school.
We already know this. But I love pointing out the fact that people talk like Angel wasn't like that. Based off what, bitch? Have you watched her play? Have y'all watched her play? She averaged, bro. She was busting that ass in Maryland. Y'all must forget all about that. When she was cooking out, she was busting that ass then.
Big fan.
Then what happened? 23. We took our talent to the rack. We went to the rack on that ass. 23 and 15, national champion. Most outstanding player of the year. SEC player of the year. What are we talking about here? Then they had the nerve to say Cameron Brink was better. Y'all said Aaliyah Edwards was better. J.C. Sheldon was better. All these players better, but they ain't even scratched the surface of what Angel Reese doing.
Hey, I gotta do research because I gotta make sure. But from my recollection, I don't remember the last national championship most outstanding player that didn't go top 5.
Man, that's a good. You know what? You right, bro.
I actually got to do some research on that. That's wild.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff right there.
I don't know if there's ever been a national champion, most outstanding player, first team All-American that didn't go top 5.
Right.
I'm actually about to go look.
Shout out to Boss Man for the 5. He said Angel need to take over more. Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray don't want it like Angel do. That brings me to what I'm about to say next, though. Look here, man. I said it respectfully, bro. I tell Prince all the time, on and off record, man. It's nothing against nobody on this team. I like this team, bro. But it's the sign. Look, we watched enough games last year and this year. Matter of fact, we can go back to 24. 24 last year and this year to know Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, they're not bus drivers, bro. They're not bus drivers. They're just not, bro. They need somebody that's not willing to lay down, Prince. See, we got some players on this team that's willing to they gonna lay down. You hit them in the mouth hard enough, they gonna lay down. Angel ain't one of them, bro. She ain't gonna lay down. You know, games like last night, they could have easily lost. They would have lost that game, bro. And you know what? That game is kind of similar to the Washington game. You remember Angel Reese was cooking? We kept saying, man, go back to Angel. They ain't never go back to Angel though. And that's what Prince came out with his he came out with his conspiracy theory. You know the conspiracy theory was, right? Everybody shared it on Twitter. He said that he felt like a lot of these players on the Atlanta Dream. Now that's just his theory. They want to win, but they don't want to win because they don't want Angel to be the main reason why they win. I don't know how true that is, but you sticking to that, right, Prince?
Yep, I'm sticking to that, man. I watch body language and meaningful minutes, man. That's what I pay attention to. All of that again. Like I said, show. I think they like Angel Reese. I think they respect Angel Reese as a young black woman. I think they have love for Angel Reese. But show, you know this, when it comes to on the court, you got to have a different type of respect, a different type of love for a person to feature them a certain way. And I think they like Angel Reese. They want her to be in a good headspace. They don't got no problem with Angel Reese. I don't think there's no locker room tiff. I just think it's a lot of ego. It's Angel came to what we built. If we gonna win, it's gonna be on our terms.
And if that's true, they fools. I'm sorry.
And last night proved the show. I mean, Angel had the three that put him ahead, 90-87, after they was trailing in the fourth quarter for most of the fourth quarter, and the game was actually teetering. Then Angel Reese had one of the most momentum swinging defensive plays in that game yesterday when she tipped the pass from Necker. Ryan comes down, looks at Angel Reese, and decides to pull up a three with under 2 minutes left and 17 seconds on the shot clock. Only up 3. They didn't pull the ball out, show, and say, you know what? Let's get Angel the ball again. They didn't do none of that, show. They didn't call no play to get Angel a touch in the post, nothing. Ryan didn't pass the ball to nobody, came down court and pulled up a guarded, and she guarded. It ain't like somebody swung it to her and she was open. She literally dribbled the ball and pulled up a 3. And like she been hit, show. She was 3 for 10 before that shot. 3 for 10. It ain't like she had been cooking.
And Prince, we was pointing that out in one of the other games, right? They were like, "Oh man, why they give Angel the ball? She ain't gonna do nothing with it." Man, Angel in the fourth quarter literally been the best player.
Yeah, Angel been the best player in the fourth quarter all season.
People don't understand. In late game situations, Ryan Hall, Lisa Gray run away from the ball. Go back and watch the late game. Prince pointed out, and I was like, you might be right, because I never see them. I had to think about that. I said, you know what? I never see them take the last shot. They always defer to power. Even the game we won.
Yeah.
Remember the Minnesota game we won?
The Minnesota game, Papa hit that shot in the corner.
Papa hit the shot. It wasn't Ryan Hall, Lisa Gray. I'm like, you know what? They do defer. So they give me okay. This is why I'm like, okay, I don't see what the problem is with them. I get this. Y'all been here. I understand that. But if Angel is helping y'all win and you going through Angel and you actually getting great results just going through Angel, why would you not sacrifice? Why would you not put your pride aside if you care about winning so much, right?
Yeah.
Why would you not sacrifice? Because at the end of the day, it needs to be a pecking order in the line. It needs to be. Like last night, Angel sets the tone from the jump. She set the tone and she finished the game. Prince, she literally controlled the game from start to finish.
Yeah.
With telling players where to be at. Why is she telling Alicia Gray where to be on a basketball court?
It's crazy.
Hey, Prince, she literally told her, hey, Alicia, go to the left wing. And what happened? Alicia Gray got the ball and made a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Why is it a third a player in a third year, the smartest player on the team? How did that happen?
Again, man, some players are selfish, man. They would rather lose on their terms than somebody else win the game for them.
Hey, man, I don't even want to sit here and look. Now, Prince, you don't think they want to win because of Angel? I'm gonna hold out on that. I'm gonna wait and see. But hey, you and a lot of people feel that way though. You
Hey
and a
man,
lot.
hey man.
I'm gonna just say, man. Look up, man. These players can't be that stupid, right?
Hey man, I ain't never wrong. I'm just early.
That's right. Hey, I gotta give you that. I gotta give you that. I'm gonna tell you
I'm
a
just
play that
early.
look. I'm gonna tell you a play that really made me mad though, and had me thinking like that. You remember that play with Jordan Canada? She decided to shoot the ball instead of giving it to Angel.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, damn, is Prince saying true? I was starting to think that.
Yeah. They don't go to Angel when they really in their windows of needing to win. They never look to Angel. They look to Angel. See, people got to pay attention to what they do. If you play basketball, you know this. If I give my ball the big at the top of the key, I already know I'm about to get it back. So I got no fear of giving my ball the big at the top of the key because they ain't about to shoot it. He ain't about to shoot it. I'm going to literally get it right back. I just got to do this little quick push off or hit this curl, pop back to the top. But if I get a ball to Angel Reese in the post, I might not get it back. That's why they don't give her the ball in the post. And people be like, oh, look, they just gave Angel the ball in the wing. They know Angel not about to shoot that. Look at their body language. They give the ball to Angel Show, and then they start moving. Like we've been asking them to do all season. They start doing that because they know they about to get it back. Angel not about to shoot that. But notice when Angel's posted up in the post and it's we need a bucket, they never give it to her. So it's not about like Angel touching the ball. It's when she touches the ball.
It's crazy though. It's crazy how. Man, I hope that ain't even. I really hope that's not true. I want to say that's not true, bro. Because if they moving like that, that's sad. Come on, bro. Are y'all trying to win or what? Y'all don't want to. Y'all don't want to take the responsibility of being a top player. Y'all don't want to take the last shot. Ryan Howard acknowledged herself last year in a lot of these games. If we didn't have Angel, we would have lost.
And show you know how I am about basketball players and coaches when they talk to in front of a microphone. Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. That's all fluff. That's all for the fans. When that ball bounces or you got to draw something on that clipboard, that tell me everything I need to know.
Hey man, and look, I just when I look at dude talking. You said dude talking is moving like a CC fan. Who is that? You talking about you or me?
I don't know who you talking about, but tell your mama turn that stove on. How about you do that? That stove been cold for too many days. Go make the stove hot. You worry about what grown men got going on. Cause you ain't no grown man talking to another man like that.
Oh my God. Hey, look.
Go make that stove hot. Go do that.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the God honest truth. Y'all want to hear the truth, y'all? Caitlin Clark is not a better basketball player than Angel. The stuff they say about Angel, I mean, like they say about Caitlin Clark, like, oh, she make players better, and all this talking about, oh, she can lead a team, and bro, that's Angel Reese shit, bro. That's what she do. She make players around her better. She motivate players. Caitlin Clark team play better without her. I don't even know why we even compare. Y'all be say, oh, they should compare. You right. Caitlin Clark is not like that. She ain't got no heart. She ain't got no kind of mental toughness, bro. We're sitting here having conversations every day about her getting fouled. Like, fuck out of here with that. We talking about a fucking animal. Angel's a fucking animal, bro. She's a dog. That motherfucker Angel Reese a beast. She's not like that, bro. Angel have always been better than this girl. Put the politics to the side. Put ESPN to the side, bro. What did Caitlin Clark do better? Really? What did she really do better? Shoot threes? She suck at that right now. She's the best passer. She leads the league in turnovers. What does she do, Prince? She's a point guard. She gets in Kelsey Mitchell way, so how she's a point guard? Team play.
I'm always thinking like,
okay, what makes her better?
What is Caitlin Clark top 5 at?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. So why we even? That's what I'm saying. Y'all be saying, "Oh, you should compare it to." You're right. Caitlin Clark is not shit. She ain't shit.
She's not a top 5 shooter.
What is she better?
I'm sorry. She's not a top 5 shooter in the WNBA. She's not
a top 5 shooter. Is she a top 5 passer?
No.
If she's a top 5 passer, whenever a 7-4 turnover ratio been good, bro?
No, she's not a top 5 passer.
She trash on defense.
She just has a high usage rate. She's not a top 5 passer.
Angel more clutch than her. She don't know how to play defense. She not a leader. So you're right. We shouldn't even be talking about them two. Because she can't fuck with no Angel Reese in reality, bro. If I put Angel Reese with Kelsey Mitchell, they number 1 in the whole entire league.
Yeah, maybe number 2.
Give Angel Reese Kelsey Mitchell. Give Angel Reese Kelsey Mitchell. Watch what happens.
Hey, man.
Bro, I saw Caitlin Clark out there guarding Stephanie Tolbert, bro. I'm damn near about to fall on my damn chair. Bro, you guarding Stephanie Tolbert?
As the point guard, dog. That's the point guard.
Bro, don't ever mention that girl. No, bro. I'm telling you. I'm tired of disrespect. Y'all ain't finna keep disrespecting Angel Reese, bro.
Hey, even Stephen Curry, at least he guards CJ McCollum at a Dame. Like he ain't going to stand on the wing and guard somebody. She don't play no defense, dog.
She over there guarding Stephanie Tolbert, bro. Stephanie Tolbert. That's how trash she is on defense. Man, that bitch I ain't fucking with no Angel Reese. I said it, bro. I don't give a fuck who feel it. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. That motherfucker ain't fucking no Angel Reese, boy. Angel guarding all the killers. Angel Reese guarding all the killers. She going up against all the killers though, bro. She going Fee. She going Stewie. She going Nickel. She going Angel. She going AT. She's Carl Smecko. Who Carl Smecko had? He had Nas on. He had Nas on AT. Man, AT was running circles around Nas. Angel said, I got that motherfucker. What happened, Prince? Shut her shit down.
Lock up.
Man, it's level to this shit, bro. It's level to this shit. That motherfucker can't control no game like no Angel Reese. When else Caitlin Clark ever control the game from start to finish, Prince? Name one game, bro. She'll give you one good quarter, that's it. Name one game.
Yep. Start to finish, never. Because when they really need buckets, they give it to Kelsey Mitchell.
Prince, bro, I'm staying on this. That game last night better than any game Caitlin Clark ever had, bro. That's better than any game she have ever had. When that motherfucker came in on 3, she trash, bro. She trash. All she rely on shooting 3s. Trash. She can't guard nobody, bro.
That's why they don't want. That's why these CC fans, don't let them fool y'all. It ain't about Caitlin Clark getting roughed up. They don't want you to play hard defense on Caitlin Clark because what's the one thing you can take away from a shooter? Space.
She can't.
They're really trying to create space for Caitlin Clark off the court, so she can get that shot off. It ain't really about them roughing her up. No, they just putting that in front of you while behind the scenes they doing all this freedom of movement bullshit and all of this. Like, see, y'all, they fooling y'all. They don't care about the roughness. They don't want you to guard her.
That's all it is. Name one game she had like Angel Reese last night, her whole entire WNBA career. from start to finish, controlling shit on both ends of the floor. And in the fourth quarter, when her teammates needed her, she made all the big plays. Now, name one. Matter of fact, Angel Reese actually know how to run a fucking offense better than that girl. And she not even the point guard. She actually putting everybody in position. All she do is play for stats. Pick and roll, one pass to get the assist. But guess what, Prince? How is it that she's so important, but the team played better without her? They got less turnovers, better defense. Kelsey Mitchell out here looking like all world. Hey, Ryan Howard play like trash. Lisa Gray gets stunk up the joint, and Angel Reese still gonna get them to win.
Crazy.
Man, get out here. Name one game. I dare anybody named Mama, name one game Caitlin Clark to put together on both ends of the floor from start to finish like Angel Reese did last night. She can't do it, bro. She can't do it. That's why we got to change the rules. That's why we got to call Congress. That's why her fans see death threats, because they don't even believe in her like that. You got Dick Vitale bullshit. Man, Prince, Dick Vitale is supposed to be a respectable guy and a respectable voice in basketball.
Man, he been around since the Bob Indiana days, dog. The chair throwing.
Yeah. Now
come on. He disappointed me with that one.
Yeah.
Hey, but no matter how old you get, hey, man, when it comes to seeing one of yours at the top, you're gonna do what you gotta do, man.
Man, come on now.
Hey, he want his grandkids to grow up and see one of his at the top. That's all that is.
Like I said, man, stop mentioning that girl with Angel. She not like that, bro. She not like that. That girl is not like that, bro. She not fucking with no Angel Reese. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not sorry. She not fucking with her. She can't put no game together like last night. She can't.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I still ain't find one person that loves CC that can truly explain to me her game. I'm still waiting on that person. I'm still waiting on somebody to actually tell me what is CC's actual game. Don't tell me she can shoot. Don't tell me she's great in transition. That's assets.
I'm gonna drop
Explain to me Caitlin Clark's basketball game. Okay. If I never watched basketball before, right, explain to me what Caitlin Clark does that equals winning. Explain to me how Caitlin Clark dictates the offense, dictates the defense. Explain to me how Caitlin Clark dictates how players around her play. I'm still trying to figure that out. Nobody still has yet to explain that to me. All they say is she's great shooting at the logo. Man. You see those passes she making? What pass she making transition? They can't even tell you that. You see that pass she made in transition?
Man, Olivia Miles came in doing shit. Man, Olivia Miles came in the league playing way better than Caitlin Clark, bro. She doing everything better. Everything y'all say Caitlin Clark do, Olivia Miles do it better. She even shoot the ball better, Prince.
Crazy.
Olivia Miles, who we thought wasn't even a shooter like that,
big
is a better shooter than Caitlin Clark on the WNBA level.
Big facts.
She got better handles, better passer. She even know how to play in a team concept. Man, victimhood basketball don't win you championship, huh? Victimhood basketball get you a 500 record and Congress involved. That's it. Now, Chris, this is what I want you to do, Chris Holler. I'm gonna drop the link for your bitch ass. How about you hit the link and come up here and explain it?
Man, he ain't coming up here. He used to listen to them. Let me say this, man. Y'all be listening to these dudes that profile picture be them at the YMCA with them little team uniforms on. They order off of Amazon, man. Ain't nobody respect them. Man, y'all be letting these dudes gas y'all up, man. They be at the local YMCA in the men's leagues. Man, go sit down. Man, you would never catch me. Man, you couldn't pay me to be in them leagues.
Right.
Man, y'all be show. They be letting them dudes act like they somebody. Man, go sit down.
Right.
They be like, "Oh, we play in the men's league. You must know what you talking about."
Them boy be bullshit, Prince. Them boy be bullshit.
Out of here, man.
I ain't talking about nothing. All y'all do sit on the internet cry all day. Just like we break down Angel game, everybody game. And I wasn't even a Olivia Miles fan like that. I sure wouldn't. I said that many times. I can admit I'm wrong. I'm happy to admit I'm wrong. Because at least we got another point, somebody that can actually at least we got another ball down the point guard that knows how to play in the system. So all they do is help my case anyway. It proves to me that Kevin Clark really an overrated bum, like I've been told y'all. What up, boy?
I can't call it, man. Just enjoying the day. You know, man, work ain't doing nothing, you know. Figured I'd hop in, holla at you young fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, I'm just waiting on this boy Chris in the chat to be doing all this capping.
He ain't coming in here. You know that, man. They're keyboard warriors. So when they actually have to do the shit to your face, they're not going to. You know what I'm saying? That means that a level of accountability needs to be had, and they're not ready for that. Hence, their savior, Captain Cece, who just gets a shoulder and she wants to hit the floor after 5 minutes of standing there watching the ball go in. You know, stuff like that.
Hey man, I love it. Hey, I'm 3-0. We 3-0 against Kevin Clark fans that come on this show. I know some of y'all, but they already tried to come on here and cook. One of them tried to come over here with a fever background. He came up here, fever. Indiana fever up head to toe. Thought he was gonna come over here and cook and got smoked out.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Break down the game, man.
What's crazy to me is with this whole
trash, just like her game, just weak.
What's crazy to me with this whole ordeal is why is there so much vitriol for a chick who comes in, puts her head down, and does her work, while the other one who was the expectation should be high because she was the first pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? And those expectations are to be had for the first pick in the draft, but the sixth pick in the draft is doing a lot better and running her team than the first pick in the draft. But yet, the first pick in the draft gets all the excuses. I'm not understanding this. I'm 44 years old, bro. I played for a long time.
You know why I'm going so hard, Hoodie? I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been holding this in for 2 years. They came in using this Andrews Kevin Clark thing to bash black women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They talk shit about me.
I'm with you.
They said I was pandering to black women, knowing I can't. How I'm pandering to black women when I came from a black woman. I got a black daughter. I got black aunties and sisters.
Can't pander to something that you are.
I remember that. I remember all this stuff. So this is why I go so hard at these bums. Y'all mad? First of all, y'all mad because Angel is a better basketball player. Y'all, that's why y'all gotta they try to psych themselves out of that. They see she's a way better basketball player on both ends of the floor. She looked better than this girl. This girl got fucked up teeth, fucked up hair, weak ass little.
She looked like Elliot Stabler from
I'm getting personal. Yeah, I'm getting personal because I'm tired of this shit. Y'all set up the whole 2 years, these AI photos, disrespecting this girl, all these coon ass niggas on YouTube and Twitter was talking crazy about me. They wearing wigs, all this shit. Y'all bitches gonna have to stand on everything y'all said, bro. I promise you. I told y'all your day was gonna come. And some of these dudes, they got mad at me, switched up on me, all because I didn't dig Ryan Kevin Clark. Fuck y'all too.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Stand on everything y'all been saying.
I have my own set of eyes. I played ball for years. I'm 44 years old, retired. Okay. I've been to 2 championships in my life, lost them both. So I am not a champion. But what I can say is, Paige, Angel, there's a reason why Gino wanted them both. He had a choice between Paige, Angel, and Caitlin Clark. He didn't want Caitlin Clark. She doesn't have something that the other two have. Championship grit. Championship mentality. She will never win a championship. Her game is not conducive to winning. Okay, Angel Reese is not just a me player. She's a we player. Paige Beckers is not a me player. She's a we player. You see that because they won championships in high school, in college, and rest assured, they will win one in the W, whether it be together or on their respective teams. Okay, because they have something that Caitlin Clark doesn't: championship medal, championship grit. They have that want. They have that fight. That girl, don't get me wrong, Caitlin Clark is a good player offensively. She is. Offensively, she's a good player.
But Hoodie, what makes her good? Like, hey, Hoodie, Kim Folk, we got to start really examining this shit a lot closer. When we say these players good, see, this why.
She's good, not great.
But look, no. I feel you on that. I feel she's talented. I think she's talented, right?
Okay, that's fair.
But okay, I'm starting to question what really makes her good because bro, I'm serious. I'm not trolling, bro. I start to really question sometimes because me personally, I'm a fan that look at the game different. I look past the numbers. What really make her good? What make her special? If she needs the ball in her hands to be effective. If she got Kim Folk, she's second in the whole entire league in usage rate. Second. But she not even number one. She's not even number one in PER on her own team.
True. That's Kelsey Mitchell. We all know. Again, we have eyes. We have our own.
So what makes her better? She's not the Kim Folk. She's not the best scorer on her team. When that team needs a bucket, they don't go to her.
True.
So what really makes her special?
I don't see anything that makes her
special. If she were black, I'm gonna be honest with you. If she were black, if she were Mexican, if she was a Hispanic woman, would we be talking about Caitlin Clark like this?
No, 100% not. 100% not. I don't even understand why we're talking about her now. But yeah, 100% not. 100%.
That's my whole thing. If it really wasn't about that, then why y'all not fucking with Paige? Paige the real deal.
I'm a UConn Huskies fan. I love Paige Beckers. I love Alicia Clark. I love Tina Charles. I love Diana Taurasi. I've watched these young women grow up. You know what I'm saying? So I know the game of Paige Beckers. I love Paige Beckers. So when these Caitlin Clark fans come out and say, "Oh, it's because she's straight and white," what about Kelsey Plum? She's straight and white. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing here?
Angel Reese straight.
She's straight. She may not be white, but she's straight.
She's a black woman, right?
Yeah.
So y'all don't like that.
There's quite a few WNBA players who are straight. So why are we picking out? Why is the narrative? Oh, they're jealous of her because she's a straight white.
How did that matter though?
Blase. But
yeah,
Sophie Cunningham's straight and white. I'm not a Sophie Cunningham fan. You know what I'm saying? But she's straight and white. Why is it limited to just her? It shouldn't be limited to just her. There's other players who have impacted this game 10 times over than what Caitlin Clark has and can ever do. You know what I'm saying? There's Paige is impacting this game 10 times better than Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I'm just tired. Hey, look, I just want to flash out. I'm just flashing out because you got so much stupidity going on right now. So much stupidity going on. You know, we had to deal with a lot of shit the last 2 years. Everybody in the chat, all of us up in here. When we was on that Chicago Sky team, they used that time to really take a dump on that girl, bro. They really used that time to shit on our community. You know, I've been called every name but the child of God, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole lot I'm thinking about. Like, y'all really got a problem with that girl, Angel Reese. For no reason.
They created her. The Angel Reese you saw.
Y'all lie. Y'all trying to lie and make it seem like she wasn't a good basketball player. That's how much.
Thank y'all for hating on her.
They lied and said
y'all hating on her.
Hoodie, they lied and said she can't afford her own rent. I mean, look how much. Come on,
She's
man.
a Victoria's Secret model, bro.
Yeah,
not just any old model. She's the angel. She is an angel, bro. Like, come on, stop it. Stop.
She don't work on her game. All she care about is modeling. All she care about podcast. They done said all this stuff about her.
If you got that drop of her in last night's game, telling everybody this is my shit, drop it. So that way they understand. Because they talking a bunch of fugazi. If they're saying that all she cares about is her money. She told you, everything that I got is because of hooping. So this is my priority. I'm going to hoop. There's 24 hours in a day. Everybody got the same 24 hours, but you can maximize it. Y'all mad because she maximizes hers. Don't be mad because she maximizes hers. And your savior's not working on her jump shot and working on her defense or getting in the weight room. Don't get mad. She's better than her. You know, a lot of people got mad when Michael Jordan came in the league and showed you that Larry Bird wasn't the end-all be-all.
And they be stuck comparing, nigga, man, she ain't no Larry Bird, man. Larry Bird was a cold-blooded killer who denounced racism. Let's talk about it. He invited Magic Johnson to his house. He said, look here, man, this is just competition on the court. We're not doing this racism stuff. He denounced racism. He didn't hide behind Nike when he was a Converse. He ain't hide behind Converse. He ain't hide behind his white privilege. He ain't hide behind, ESPN or, mainstream media. He said, no, I'm going to put the end in this myself.
He stood right next to Zeke while doing it. He stood right next to Isaiah Thomas while doing it.
He denounced racism. Man, that girl don't denounce no racism, bro. She watching her fans have literally, bro, they have single-handedly destroyed this whole entire league. They have destroyed this league, bro.
It's a lot of stuff at this point. It's taken away from the talent that's coming into the league. It's taken away from the talent that's already in this league. Y'all making it about one person. Bro, the W was here before Caitlin Clark, y'all. The W was here for 30 years before Caitlin Clark. It's going to be here after her because she's not going to last long. She's not. She's not doing anything to help her game elevate. Nothing. While everybody else is. You think Olivia Miles is going to rest on this season and think, oh, yeah, I done did it all. I don't need to do nothing else. I'm just going to continue doing what I do. No, she's going to go back and look at her deficiencies and do better. The same thing Angel did because you haters decided y'all wanted to be fucking haters. Well, now look at you. They ain't me bounds now, are they?
Yeah, that's all. I'm just being real, man. Like, we ain't, then they'll try to tell you, they'll shit on you and then they'll tell you how to respond. Y'all been talking crazy about Angel for 3 years straight. Y'all talking crazy. Y'all were lying. And then they'll tell, oh man, y'all shouldn't respond. Y'all shouldn't talk about it. No, I want Angel to keep cooking all you bums like she was cooking Erica Willer's cousin on the sideline. He was sitting on the sideline talking crazy.
And at the end of the game, she came and gave Angel a hug anyway and went over there and pointed at his face.
Yeah. Hey, I like when Angel I like when Angel play pissed off. Like she go to a whole different level, but she turned this a whole different person.
Keep hating
I
on
love
her.
it.
I want y'all
I
to.
love it.
Keep hating on her. Keep hating on her until the sun comes up. Hate on her until the cows go to sleep. Hate on her. Because the more you hate, the more she elevates. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man, look. I know I'm rambling a little bit, bro. I'm just sitting back looking at you, looking at all these people, man, that had a whole lot to say. Some of them switching up like Jason Woodlock.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurt my heart to have to agree with that guy. It hurt my feelings to have to agree with him. But Jason, I had to agree.
Switching up. I'm like, man, I want y'all to stand on what y'all been saying, though. Really? See, me, I stand on what I say. You know, all they tell me is I'm a hater, but they never say I'm wrong about the girl. You a hater. But what? Okay. What about
clearly
what I
she's
said
a
about
needle
her
mover. Clearly, Caitlin Clark is a needle mover the way we give her clout. We don't give her clout. We doing the same thing y'all do.
Hey, Chris about to get blocked in 5 minutes. Hey, you got 5 minutes to hit the chat, bro. You finna get blocked, bro. I'm not finna waste my time. And I got my girl Paige. What up, Paige? What you want, Paige?
What up? I agree with everybody, what you're saying about Caitlin. It's getting rather annoying, in my opinion.
Very.
Very.
Hey, Paige. Hey, Paige, I just got one question, though.
Yeah.
Got one question, Paige.
Mm-hmm.
What make I want, like, for real though, like real talk. What makes Caitlin Clark better than Angel though?
Nothing, in my opinion, to be honest. Nothing makes her better.
what like you literally had the media's literally brainwashed y'all to think this girl who guards the worst offensive player on the court, leads the league in turnovers, handles are very weak. She can only drive going right. She never drive going left. She finna shoot. She don't know how to run an offense. She's not clutch like that. She made one game winner. Whoop the fucking do. That was really on what's her name? Gambling on defense.
Cody McMahon.
That was her fault.
Man, that was on Cody big time, man. Like I don't even know why she did that.
Never won a championship. What makes her better? Why are we brainwashed? Why are we trying to convince ourselves this girl is actually better? What makes her better? When have she been better? Look, the media been telling y'all she better than Paige. She's never been better than Paige.
Dude, she's never been better than Paige, in my opinion, ever. Not even in
Tell
college.
BJ Beagle that. Tell BJ Beagle that. He just said that she was the best player in her draft class. Well, if that was in her draft class, she ain't the best player no more.
Nope.
Ever since my baby Paige came to the league, she has stopped being the best player. She wasn't even the best player on her team when she got drafted. So let's be real here, guys. Like,
I agree.
If I could come out and freely admit that Angel needed to work on her game in her first 2 years, then freely admit that Caitlin Clark is not what you thought she was.
Yeah, and Gino, a guy that's you probably say he the greatest all time. He won
all time, 23 championships, all time.
So okay, so I'm gonna listen to y'all. I'm gonna listen to Gino.
Listen to Gino.
Okay.
Gino.
Yeah, I'm with Gino.
Okay, I think I'm gonna listen to Gino. I'm still waiting on this dude. See, this dude Chris, he don't want to hit the link. I'm gonna drop the link for you again. Anybody else, y'all can come up too. I'm gonna drop the link. I need somebody to come explain to me what makes her actually better, though. You notice how he haven't answered the question, even in the chat. He can't even tell you what makes her better.
Gangsters, bro. Gate gangsters. They keyboard warriors. They don't want to have the face-to-face because they know they will get dismantled.
It makes her better, though. Don't you know CC averaged what? 5 more points, and she got the second highest usage rate. So if her and Angel had the same, I know they played 2 different positions.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, say like this: she got the same usage rate as Paige Beckers, who's 18% lower.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't even put up Angel Reese numbers.
Nope.
So she only put up them numbers because she got the ball in her hand.
I agree.
What am I supposed to do with that?
That's point guard. That's and if we're gonna do by positions, then fine. If you want to say by positions, yes, Caitlin Clark is supposed to score astronomical numbers, but she doesn't. That's number one. When Marina Mabrey can, on a whim, put up 53 just because she wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So we know that's not true. And then you look at Angel Reese, who's currently playing out of position. She is a 4, not a 5. In fact, she's a stretch 4, not a 5. But she's playing the 5, and she's robbing everybody. She's picking the pockets of centers, 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1. She can guard.
Sound like a versatile player. Now,
that's what it sounds like to me.
Now, if Angel can play more than one position and CC can't, again, y'all think about this. Y'all know y'all been brainwashed, right? I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about people in general. Mm-hmm. Y'all know y'all been brainwashed by the media, right? If Angel is more versatile, she got winning intangibles, a better leader, better defender. She only averages 5 less points. Her usage rate is way lower than Caitlin Clark's. She's the best rebounder. She's literally okay. We can talk about Angel Reese being the best rebounder, or the best top 5 defender, versatile defender. What is Caitlin Clark top 5 in?
Flopping.
She's not even good at that. After what we saw on Sunday.
Well, yeah, because now it's just noticeable.
They're gonna say assist. They're gonna say, oh, she a top 5 passer. But again, you a top 5 passer averaging 7 assists with 4 turnovers, down to 5 turnovers.
But she has all those assists because she has the ball in her hand 24/7.
Yeah. So what?
Jordan Canada's doing better than that.
Yeah.
Olivia Miles. I mean,
say less. That's it. That's the standard right there. Olivia Miles.
So
and
what
she's
makes
a rookie.
better?
She's a rookie, bro. Like that's the standard. Watching these ladies play, that is the. I'll put it to you like this: I'm a girl dad. I have 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girl dad. All my daughters play sports. Okay. If I was to want my daughters to model themselves after any player in the W, it would be the Cameron Brink or the Rakia Jackson or the Angel Reese. I would not want you to model your game after a Sophie Cunningham and a Caitlin Clark. They are horrible fucking people. That is unprofessional. They are unprofessional. We're not even talking about your ball game no more. Now I'm talking about your professionalism. It's time for you to grow the fuck up. And that's the problem. They're not growing up. You know what I'm saying? They still think it's sorority parties and all that. No, this is real life. You know what I'm saying?
And again, see Chris, hey y'all, in 2 minutes, block Chris. He don't want to hit the limit.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say it, he a pussy. So yeah.
Y'all, I want y'all to really think about it. Okay, it's always hate. Answer my question though. Answer the question, Chris. Hey, Chris, you know what? I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to answer the question in the chat. Well, you just got blocked. Never mind. Forget you.
That's the only problem with Brink. She's always hurt. She's never on the floor. That's the only problem.
Look, bro. I need somebody to come in here and really explain to me what make her better.
Showtime. We need it. I got a real question. Can she even play one position well?
No.
They'll literally tell you a hater based off of what ESPN is telling y'all.
She's a body on the floor. That's all she is. She's an extra body.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a defensive guard on that team, it's Raven Johnson. If you're looking for the scoring guard on that team, it's Kelsey Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for somebody who's going to get you rebounds, well, we already know who those guys are.
And even to facilitate, that'd be Ty Harris.
Even Hines Allen can facilitate better than her. That's the crazy part.
It games like
Hines
last
Allen
night.
is trash.
I'm telling you, it games like last night. Angel Reese shows you levels though. Like I want people to really appreciate a performance like last night. Like she showed you levels though, not just numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
she's showing you that she actually mentally tough. She a dog.
IQ matters. She can
steal
the ball. She can pass the ball. She can get out in transition. IQ is everything. IQ is everything. Any point guard can see the floor. That's your job. You're a point guard. Any point guard can see the floor. But not every point guard could manage that sumbitch.
You watch them games against the Indiana Fever, them 2 games against Indiana, game like last night. You just watch, you like, man, like you really know basketball. You really know what you're watching. You watching her activity on both ends. And I'm talking about important moments too, though. Like a lot of players be scared. In crunch time, a lot of players be scared.
They shy away.
I'm talking about not just WNBA, NBA too. A lot of players be scared of the moment, bro.
Yes.
They run away from the moment. Angel shot a 3-pointer and they was tied. She didn't have to do that.
With 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
Matter of fact, she could have folded. She could have got scared and said, damn, I got to shoot a 3. Damn. She could have lost all confidence right there. She said, oh, this dude right here talking crazy. My team need me to win. Man, I got this. Give me the ball. Cash money.
Hey, Show, got a question for you. Would you be willing to trade Ryan Howard for Gabby Williams?
What's good, Miss T? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Even though Ryan be getting on my nerve, I'm not even there with the trade talk. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna let the season play out. You know, this
I'm with that.
Me personally, I never jump to conclusions too early. I sit back and watch the shit play out before I go that far. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We talking about. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to have that conversation just yet. We're gonna talk about that. You know, down the line. You know, it's a lot of games to be played. I'm still hoping we can get things turned around and potentially win. You know, We need to make some trades, strengthen our bench. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like Ryan Howard concerns me. She does, bro. She concerns me. You know, talented as hell, but I question her mental at times. Like the last 2 games, what was that, y'all?
Like, I mean, I get it. There's every player has a stretch where they get cold. Every player has a stretch where just nothing's falling. You know what I'm saying? Every player has that. But this is from what I've been seeing this season, it's been a little too consistent on the cold because we're having slow starts, like extremely slow starts. And when we need it the most, they ain't coming through.
Yo. Hey, Brad, what you got, man? Y'all can jump in, man. Y'all gonna be quiet.
Hey, I'll let Scrub go first because he was on here before me.
Oh yeah, Scrub, go ahead, Scrub. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Nah, y'all good. I don't want to interrupt anyone. Y'all was cooking, but from what I see from a lot of the players on this team, I think a lot of them are scared to fail. And instead of actually just taking the moment and saying, you know what, whether we succeed, whether we fail, I'm just going to go at it. I know Angel going to do it, but I see too many times from Aneesah Gray and Ryan Howard, who are your veterans. They're supposed to be your top players. They just leave me disappointed. And whether it be in the clutch, whether it just be on a random possession, I'm like, I see Ryan Howard this whole game because I'm watching his back, and she has more interest in the ball than anything else on defense. She don't care what her teammates are. She don't care where the opposition is. She just watching the ball.
I do see a lot of that. I do see a lot of that. Just the lack of movement without the ball. And I scream at the TV every time, like, bruh, you gotta move without the ball. What are we doing?
No, but it's on both ends though.
Exactly.
Like the same issues they have on defense be the same issues they have on offense. It is the most mind-boggling thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you gotta move, man. You gotta move.
Hey, show.
What's up, man?
We've been watching sports for years, man. When I listen to you, you sound like a man who loves his sports, from college basketball to football, to basketball, women's basketball. Let me ask you a question, and any of y'all can answer this question. Haven't we seen players in the past that when their offense suffers, they let it affect their defense?
Yes.
That's Ryan Howard to me. Ryan Howard, when Ryan Howard is hitting shots, she gets engaged defensively.
Sadly, bro. Sadly, is like that's why.
You know, and it's the same with Camilla, but in another way, which is this is common amongst traditionally bigs. If you don't get them the ball, they will not run the floor and they will not play defense.
They lose
interest. Ryan Howard has a big center, a big man, big woman mentality, but she's a 2 guard, and that's crazy to me. Because last night, I didn't like her body language. I didn't like the way she was. When she hit that 3 near the end of the game, it was a big shot. I ain't gonna lie. I know you and Prince were clowning her, saying we ain't giving her that 3. She only scored 8. I get that, but that happens sometimes because I've heard it said a lot that it's not that you score, it's when you score. And they really needed that 3 to put them away to seal the deal. So I'll give her credit. But overall, her body language was poor. She lets the missed shot. She doesn't do anything else. She won't drive to the basket. She won't set screens for a teammate. She won't set up her teammates. She won't do any dirty work. She doesn't do any of the little things. And that's what I love about Angel. Angel is a bona fide, certified superstar. She is a dog. She is a queen. But you know what show I love about Angel? That what makes her a dog? Not only does she not mind doing the dirty work, her ass looks forward to it. She wants to do the dirty work.
Pastor Brad. you preaching. That matters, bro. You gotta be willing to do it.
Yeah.
You willing to get your hands dirty. Sometimes you're not gonna always win games making shots. Sometimes you gotta win ugly games, bro. You gotta pay attention to that. If you only win games when you're making shots and everything looking good, you're not. You gotta be able to win ugly games, and I pay attention to that.
I tell you about yo. I was away from the microphone. I just got back to it. Brad, that is not true. When Ryan Howard made that three, that made it a 9-point game with 30 seconds left. The game was already over. Angel put them up 5. Jordan Canada had a layup. Then Alicia Gray had a layup that put them up 6. When Ryan Howard hit that shot, it had 30 seconds left. It put them up 9. That game was essentially over.
Yeah,
they wouldn't even but at that time the Sparks was out there jacking up threes. They weren't even running plays no more. They had Decker out there shooting threes at the top of the key. The game was over when Ryan hit that shot on the right wing. The game was literally over.
Yeah, you gotta let him. Yeah, I let him cook though. I mean, I
ain't letting Brad cook. I ain't letting him cook.
Hey man, what's your problem with Brad, bro? That sounds.
He ain't got no problem with me. He ain't got no problem with me. He just talking.
Hey, shout out to hold on a second. Shout out to Tony.
Anita Hollins.
Hey, Show, let me ask you another question.
Hold on. What you said on Hoodie?
Tanita Hollins.
Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Where is it? Where it went?
Angel is a dog. You can't teach that. Love your content.
Hold on. Where the hell it went? Oh, okay, there we go.
$50.
Shout out to you, baby girl, for the 50 piece, man. Shout out to her, man. Said Angel's a dog. You can't teach that. Love your content. I appreciate it.
There are things you cannot teach in the game of basketball.
Appreciate it, Tanali.
Salute.
Somebody else. Hold on. I'm missing something. I don't know where it just went. I saw somebody else comment. I'll come back to it. Go ahead, though. What you were saying?
Well, I got another question for the panel.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going through the Rolodex for the last month and probably about the last couple of years. I don't remember a more overhyped, overrated athlete coming out of college or coming into a pro league ever in any league. Major League Baseball, NFL football, NBA basketball, what little hockey I used to watch. I can't recall or heard of any other athlete show that is more overhyped and overrated than Caitlin Clark. Am I wrong?
Jamarcus Russell. That's
not even.
I don't think I thought about him. He not even close.
No, damn.
Not even close. Not even close.
He didn't even last 5 games. But
I think he was a bust. He was overrated, but not like he wasn't hyped like Caitlin Clark was.
Man, I'm gonna tell you why it's different with Caitlin Clark because there's the racial angle involved, bro. It makes it even worse. Like the
my fault,
they're literally I'm telling y'all, bro, like 75% of this world thinks CC is the best thing since sliced bread.
75% of this world is delusional.
You wrong too, BJ. Johnny Football doesn't come close, but go ahead. Ryan Leaf doesn't come close. Go ahead.
Man, ain't nobody more overhyped than Caitlin Clark, bro. I'm sorry.
I thought about all those athletes y'all talk about. Thought about John. I thought about Ryan Leaf. I thought about nope, not even close. Because there were those that thought Ryan Leaf was immature, like Bill Polian did when he drafted Peyton. When he was making.
I'm see like for real though, y'all. I'll be saying to myself, let me stop trying to be so hard. Let me see if I'm really tripping. Is she great at one particular thing?
No.
Like one particular thing
No.
That's going to help you win. I thought about. I said,
no.
Hell no. Even if I talk about her passing, you got to talk about her giving the other team good passes too.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
I can't talk about defense. I can't talk about the logo 3. I can't
No.
even talk about the logo 3-pointers.
No.
Maybe better than her dad. She's
No.
doing that.
33% with those.
No. She almost had show. She's the quickest to 350 turnovers in the history of the league.
God,
And right now, she's at 376, I believe. She's almost at 400 damn turnovers. And people don't want to subtract that 376 from her total assists that was successful.
Hey, Braves, and when you listen to these folks talk, and her fans talk, they say she only turn the ball over because her teammates, they don't know how to catch the ball.
376 times?
Come on.
Hey, look, check this out, y'all. Just think about this. They say the turnovers are her teammates' fault. When we talk about defense, they say she's not supposed to play defense. Her teammates got to play defense for her. When they talk about her handles not being
that's crazy.
Hey, Paige, when they talk about her not being able to get a shot, they say, well, her teammates got to set screens for her.
Man, why does her teammates have to do all this for her, man?
I'm 6'4".
You hear the pattern, right? You hear
yeah, it's always her teammates. She doesn't have to take any ownership.
You need the teammates to do everything, and she gets all the credit.
That's ridiculous.
So you went 8 doo-doo with Stacey Dales, who I remember when she played at Oklahoma, when she sat up there and told David Dennis, oh, so we're talking about wins now?
Bruh. What did you win?
That lady.
I know Stacey. I'm very familiar with Stacey Dales. She used to play for the Sooners. she was a baller. She didn't last that long in the WNBA, but she can hoop.
I don't even respect her basketball. I don't respect nothing about her, bro. She sat up there and said, "Oh, now
we talk about winning."
Just listen to these people, y'all. We gotta stop. Hey, y'all, we gotta start arguing with these people and knowing they ignorant. They'll literally tell you straight in your face. She only turned the ball over because her teammates don't know how to play with her. Hey, y'all, she don't know how to play. Look, listen, y'all. She don't know how to play out the ball because her coach won't let her play how she played an hour.
Oh my God!
This is a professional league.
This is not college.
They say she can't get her own shot off because they're not setting screens the right way.
He's always got a screen.
She's not playing defense because she's not supposed to play defense. Her teammate got to play defense for her.
Oh God!
Oh my goodness!
She needs some enforcement. She need black women. They hate black women, but they need black women to be her bodyguard.
So, if she's as great as they say she is, shouldn't she be making them better?
They literally said these black lesbians in the league hating on Cece, but them same women y'all said was hating on Cece, y'all want them to protect Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Y'all don't see this shit, do y'all?
I watched Paige Beckers play. What was it? A couple days ago, and I probably saw her get like 3 screens throughout the game. She gets herself open. She creates her own shots. Everything's not from the logo. She actually passes the ball really well. She's averaging about 6.9 assists a game.
Her favorite shot is the midi.
Yeah, her favorite shot is the midi. She can kill you off the dribble. And don't act like you want to play defense. Don't act like you're going to try to drive on her because she can play some pretty damn good defense. She came from Geno U, okay?
And
she's smart.
Yeah.
And she's smart.
They online saying Paige is always bending the knee to black women.
Wow.
How is she bending a knee to a black woman?
She always
was raised by a black woman. Okay, they got
man, her stepmother is black.
Yeah.
She's not bending the knee. She's showing respect.
Yeah.
She ain't bending no knee.
Nah, they got it, though.
So if you have a problem, that's another thing too. If you got a problem with it, that means you just racist, bro. You don't like black people. That's what that means.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
I agree.
You gotta look at the code words.
I played in predominantly white. I played in predominantly white neighborhoods, predominantly white schools.
I got a question though, y'all. Why Congress don't want to talk about this? I just got a question.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit their narrative.
Why do you want to talk about this right here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bong. Elbow.
Yep.
Wait for it. Wait
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Look,
Oh,
I can do the F I want to do, huh?
oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Elbow to the face.
If McDaniel got elbowed and if that goes to
Oh, ow, ow, ow.
Beat the shit out of her. I wouldn't have been mad.
Oh, Lord. That's JC Sheldon in some of the
if
pictures.
McDaniel got elbowed and if that goes to a flagrant foul, which
A flagrant foul.
Straight up elbow to her.
Did you see Stephanie White's face
Look at this.
after that flop?
Look at
yesterday?
this.
Look at this
It's
shit.
crazy.
Look at this.
Headshot.
Bam. Look at this, y'all.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm gonna protect her now.
Wow.
Elbow.
Elbow.
Clark on offense trying to get away from Hamilton
Elbow.
and did a spin move that included an elbow to the face. The last
There you go.
My God.
Wait for it.
Man, she could not create any space.
Except by way of elbow and push off
She literally has to cheat to create
and screen. She need 1,000 screens of
Now
push
we can
off.
trust her.
Man,
Look
she
at that.
doesn't even
Oh,
do
wait for
good
it.
coming off
Look
the
at
fence either, though.
Now I'm gonna be mad because I didn't get the foul because I created the contact.
Shoulder shimmy flies in the paint. Completely
How
missed.
you in pull a shot in the paint?
Bro.
Who can pull a shot in the paint?
This is real bad.
Can't make that shit up.
So,
Did you see Stephanie White's face after
Look.
the flop the other day? Yesterday? Stephanie White looked at her like, you don't get your
Wait for it there.
cry. That's Frankie Valley.
Man, this is so embarrassing.
Marsha.
They had to play Frankie Valley
And
on her.
she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it.
I
She's just
agree.
not built for the physicality of this league.
Yep.
And she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality.
Yep.
So there's a lot of learning curve, like Diana said. And when she gets it, she has elite skills that are going to really help her. And she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it.
Teach. Now that's preaching.
She
Hey,
flops
Club,
more
hey,
than
Club, I get accused of preaching. Now that's preaching.
That's because you do be preaching. Everyone knows you be preaching.
That's preaching.
You could try to justify ignorance. You could try.
I
You
guess
can't,
Gino
but you can try.
I guess Gino a hater too.
I
I
guess,
guess
so.
so.
True.
Yes, he is. Damn it, Gino. Always
Why you
hating.
hating so much, Gino?
Damn it, Mr. 23 national championships. How can you hate on someone that never
He
won?
must be jealous. He must be jealous of her too.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Apparently.
He's jealous because he can't bring her to UConn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah.
If you ask Gino, he never wanted Caitlin Clark.
And I agree with that because I remember her recruitment
No,
because
it's true.
I was following because I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, bro. So I'm in the footprint of the Big Ten.
Yes, sir.
I was following her and Paige because Paige is from Minnesota. The Minnesota Golden Gophers was going after her real hard.
Yep.
So I'm familiar with Angel because she went to Maryland. That's the Big Ten. I'm
Yes,
familiar
sir.
with these
And
players.
Gino wanted her too.
And Gino wanted her. He did not want Caitlin Clark because she doesn't have winning intangibles.
She does not have
But
what it takes to
but
win.
here's the funny thing, Brass. Regardless of the other reasons that we can say about what Congress is doing, one of the reasons why this is going to backfire is because of what y'all just played. You're only drawing attention to what Danny Taurasi and to what Gino said because all you're doing is reaffirming the fact that she's too slow, weak enough, and can't deal with the physicality. That's what you're doing with this congressional thing. You're just reaffirming to people like us who actually know what's going on, so we can go, oh, by the way, The reason why they're doing this is because she can't, just like how they changed the rules, they allow her to scream at referees, they allow her to flop without text. You're trying to do everything to make this young lady exist in the league, and it's still not working. And it appears like Steph White has had enough, because that 20-minute thing that Steph White, what she's essentially saying is, look, I really don't want to play you like I did last year, but this is the year everybody tells me where you have to play, but I don't want you to play because the management, the coach, and the players all seem to align with Steph White right now. So it looks like if you look at that game on the weekend, she made a deal with CeCe because CeCe wasn't sticking to the ball like she normally does. The ball was moving. She was trying. So Steph White looks like she said to her, look, I'll give you 20 minutes a game to show me that you can play. And if you don't, I'm a sit your ass down like the previous game when she went 4 for 12 with 4 turnovers. I've never seen a stat like this in 16 minutes. So Steph benched her after not playing in 3 games, allegedly for being injured. So Steph benched her ass, probably had to talk with her again, and then she said, okay, and I didn't really know if she was going to stick to that 25 minutes, but if she does, y'all know why, because Steph has figured out the less you play Clark, to the Geno thing and to what y'all all saying, the less y'all play Clark, the better the team does, because the more she's on the floor, the more of a liability she is.
Yep. She's a liability.
There you go. She does not have winning intangibles because all the holes that y'all talk about, she can only go in a certain direction. She can't hold on to the ball. She can't read a half-court defense, which is why all her coaches the first 3 years either benched or platooned her in the fourth quarter of games. It just wasn't because of her defense. It was also because she can't read a half-court defense 90% of the time, because when push comes to shove, she'll just chuck. The fact that she pushes off with the left hand, not like Kelsey Mitchell, who has the speed to get to the hole and then fends off the bigs. Clark is too slow and lacks enough explosion to even get to the cup or to get to the paint. So she pushes off to get separation. That should be illegal. And then the turnovers, like y'all said, they're usually live. She can't pass and she can't hold onto the ball, or she loses focus because she's not really a point guard. And let's not even get into the breathtakingly all-time horrific tent-pole defense.
If y'all remember, real quick, because I know you want real quick, when she was at Iowa, Gabby Marshall was the facilitator. Gabby Marshall was the main one to run the offense, and it was what's her name for what's the other Kate Martin. Kate Martin. If you go back and look, Kate Martin was the main one who will pull their ass out of the fire whenever they got in trouble. So Gabby Marshall and Caitlin and Kate Martin were the main ones who drove that team to a Final Four. Caitlin just took advantage of them.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all noticed this. I've been sitting back. I don't know if y'all really been noticing. Stephanie White be sneak this in Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she do. 100%. She do.
Y'all be, I'll be sitting there laughing because she's so obvious with it. Wait till the games that Kaylin don't play, or games she might not play good, and she always talk about she always nitpick at the same shit we talk about.
The
turnover. She be like, we could have played defense a lot better and cut down the turnover. And you know, she bragged about only having 7 turnovers the other night. Caitlin Clark didn't play, right? And she said, looked great, and we moved the ball with her. Need this her ass off.
I don't think it's
people don't remember Stephanie White is a champion. She won a championship at Purdue for Carolyn Peck, a black woman.
Yeah.
She played with Dawn Staley for the Charlotte Sting. She know a champion when she see it, and when she looks at Clark, she doesn't see champion
at all. She be sneaking.
She was thrusted in.
I've been listening. I sit back and really listen to Stephanie White. She really be telling y'all exactly how she feels. She can't just come out and say it, but she literally using what's actually happening in the game to talk about Caitlin Clark, talk against her, because Caitlin Clark not doing her job, bro. she's not really fitting into Stephanie White's system. She's trying to play. She's trying to really play like a different style from what Stephanie White's trying to play. Stephanie White likes ball movement. She wants Kelsey Mitchell to set the tone night in, night out.
You heard what she said. You said Stephanie White be sneak dissing, right? So do you remember the John where she was like, "Oh yeah, I think Kelsey Mitchell is one of one." She doesn't need help.
Kelsey Mitchell, the only player on this team that can get her own shot.
Think
about it. Yeah. I remember she said that. Yeah.
Shit out of her. Like, look, she said, like, when y'all ever heard this? I ain't never heard a coach talk like this for real.
Never.
She said, well, I like Kelsey Mitchell. But Kelsey Mitchell is very important to us. She's the only one on this team that can get her own shot without help.
Get her own shot. Yep.
She doesn't need help.
Nope.
She doesn't. Her words.
Hey, she was bold with it too. It's like I can tell she tired of that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can tell she really tired of that shit.
She's sick of the antics.
Look at the look on her face when she sees her doing her little antics and her flopping.
In the Aces game, bro, she was like, "Yo, this bitch is."
Man, y'all like, are you serious?
Y'all don't have y'all forgotten Stephanie White is married to a black woman.
Black woman.
Yeah. Lisa Salters.
Y'all must know all about that.
Wait a minute. Now she's married to Lisa Salters?
Yes.
All them racist ass fans supporting Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Bro, she don't fuck with them.
No.
She's about to go play for the Tempo.
And guess what?
The Tempo don't want her.
I think it's gonna come down to they're gonna have to choose between Stephanie White, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
I agree.
Stephanie White goes anywhere else. Instant playoff team. Instant playoff team.
She's gonna end up one of them expansion teams. Watch what I tell you.
And if Stephanie White get fired, guess what? She gonna get another job.
Quick.
She got that long.
Quick.
What crazy is you listen to all these Caitlin Clark fans, they talk like Caitlin Clark have proven something. She ain't proved shit.
Nothing.
Stephanie White have proven she's a good coach. She literally just took this team to the semifinals somewhere they haven't been in 10 years, bro. Caitlin Clark ain't proving shit.
Show on Facebook, I was dealing with Clark fans who actually gave Caitlin Clark credit for them almost getting to the finals last year. I had to cook.
She wasn't playing.
She wasn't even playing.
They treating her like she freaking Carson Wentz. When they won the Super Bowl in 2017, you do realize he ain't playing the playoffs, right? Like,
and then when you cook them, that's when they get to resorting to personal attacks. And exactly. I've even been called a nigger. Excuse my language out there, YouTube. I've been called the N-word by these people.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Let us flame out, right? Say we flame out and they flame out. You know, Stephanie White gets fired, Kelsey Mitchell leaves. Man, if I'm Atlanta,
I'm getting her quick.
Hey, Stephanie White, I'm going for Stephanie, and I'm gonna get Kelsey.
Yep.
I'm sorry, somebody got to go.
Yep.
I'm gonna get both.
Wow. You know, it's funny.
With Kelsey Mitchell, I get guaranteed production on both sides of the floor.
Oh, definitely.
It's funny, show. I think when Stephanie White said what she said about Kelsey Mitchell, that was her way of letting people, the media, whoever know that this is about what's going to happen. Because like y'all said, you just don't say this is the only player on the team who can get off their own shot when you have Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark on that team, and you say that, you're basically letting you know what she said previously. This is the number one player. She's the best player on the team. She said all of that stuff. Now, some people felt she said it to retain her, to keep her for free agency, because after what happened in the playoffs last year, there's no way they can go without her. And though that is true, I agree with y'all that this is how Steph White feels. Caitlin is not a Steph White ball player. Now, you can argue, why the hell did you go there? Because with Dejanay, y'all locked her up and showed that she don't have no real game under duress. So why you went there? I guess because of her Indiana background and what she's done with the team and what she's done in the state over the
He
years.
thought she could make her better.
I agree. And now I think we're at a point where the organization, the team, they don't like her. They don't like her. But the problem is, and y'all know this because I know y'all know this very, very, very well. The problem is you got to tell these CC idiots she's not in the same situation as Angel, because Angel has been basically shopping herself for the last 2 years after Teaspoon got fired. Every all-star game, you see her hanging out with this person, that person.
Yeah.
Phoenix is trying to get her. This team's trying to get her. And like she knew what she was doing, and she's not toxic as much as they want to believe.
But you got to also realize that Angel didn't have the machine behind her.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is this: even with the machine behind her, nobody wants Caitlyn. Nobody wants this sideshow, which is what I'm saying. I'm actually saying Angel's in a better position than Cece because Angel got to pick where she wanted to go on her terms. That will not be the case for Cece because knowing what Stephanie White is going through, ain't no top coach or top team going to want to put up with this or deal with this. I used to think she could go to Chicago because they're the only ones dumb enough to do something like this. But after Angel and Skylar, I don't even know if Chicago is dumb enough to do this. But there are very few teams that would trade for her.
At some point,
they are.
Yeah, they're dumb
Chicago's dumb enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna say at some point though,
that's why she's not traded now because nobody wants her.
Hold on.
Otherwise, she would have been traded.
They ain't gonna trade her, bro. All the money they give.
Then guess what? Then they ain't going nowhere. They gonna have this soap opera as the Caitlyn terms for the next God knows how many years.
We don't know if she on the trade block yet though. We don't know that, but if she don't improve, they gonna get her the Trae Young treatment, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, she gonna get the Trae Young treatment. She literally plays like Trae Young, and Trae Young didn't even get drafted for a first-round pick. But you know why? Because they figure out, okay, he just a player that stuffed the stat sheet, but his numbers don't translate to winning. He's a player that gets forced assists and jack up bad shots, and he don't play deep.
I agree.
Win the tangibles. And you know what the difference is between him and her? He has way better handles, and he's more consistent as a shooter, I would say.
He is.
CC. But when I watch CC play, she plays privileged basketball, bro. It's too privileged. It's victimhood. Like that shit, it ain't gonna work for a number one. Your best player has to be mentally tough. Mentally tough. If you're gonna be the leader of a team, because look, she getting away with it with Kelsey Mitchell being there, taking all the big shots, taking all the responsibility off of us. Once you get rid of Kelsey Mitchell, if you get rid of Kelsey Mitchell and you get full range to Caitlin Clark for her to run everything, y'all gonna see the shit she do won't translate to winning.
They probably won't even win 10 games.
Or a team below 500. If you just do everything around her.
But check this out, y'all, as far as the flip side of this. If you look at what Stephanie White, is talking about, if you looked at a player like Cece, with all the stuff that we said that she got holes in, realistically, especially the WNBA, where it's hard to be a specialist because they only have 180 players. It's not like the NBA with almost 600 players. She would probably play about 15 to 25 minutes a game because the more you would have her on the court, just the more she would be a liability. And guess what? Voila. Stephanie White has said, I'll play you 20 to 25 minutes a game. I don't think that's because of injury. I think that's because Stephanie White knows that's the limit that I can play you to where it won't affect the team. Now let's see if she can
Stephanie
stick
White
to that.
knows that you a bum. Okay.
Right. And because
Stephanie
White she's not a WNBA level star player. She is not. And the reason why she's not is because she has skills, yes, but her deficiencies, both physically, mentally, And on a
Like, it's still-
basketball level, do not require her to get that star treatment. But Kathy gave it to her. We'll go into that another day. I don't know how much time
But
y'all
that's not
have
helping,
because
though.
she took the
Problem
WNBA
is-
corporate deal.
But Kenfo, that's not gonna. That's only so far she gonna get away with that because there are moments in the game when you need your best player to make big plays.
And that's what Kessie Mitchell steps in.
Do
on
that.
Boston.
She too busy focused on officials. She don't like physicality. A player that shies away from physicality is not gonna be a player that gets you a championship. Just based off that, forget everything else we saying. Even if she was more, even if she was efficient, a player that shies away from physicality. Because in playoffs all about mental. It's all about heart. It's all about physicality. She shies
She
away
ain't got
from
none of them. She don't got none, not one. She doesn't
So
have
if
one.
you can't observe if you can't play through physicality, bro, that's problematic, bro. We haven't look. That's not even you. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, why are we so in a rush to put her on that level when she really hasn't gotten through the basic steps of how to even be a superstar level player? We call her a superstar because of her popularity, but she don't really know how to be a real legit number one on a WNBA team, on the WNBA level. She don't know how to be a number one.
Come on, you know why they did that Showtime.
Yeah, but that again, that plays against her. I told y'all that day one. The media gonna fail her. If you've been following this channel day one, I told y'all the media is gonna fail her, bro.
Yep.
I told y'all that then. All that hype, she not even ready for that.
No, she's not. And
she came out of the game crying about physicality. I said, what? You crying about physicality? If I'm a defender, guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna put the heat on your ass. I'm pick you up 94 feet because you don't like physicality. You just expose your hand. You're not supposed to complain about shit like that. You're giving your opponents material. Oh, she don't like physicality. I told her from the get-go.
Go at her.
I told her something about her. When she go left, she finna shoot. They figure all that shit out.
Yep. And that's why I told the Clarkies. I said, y'all's time is up. Y'all time, y'all got a shelf life. And it's coming up real quick because in the game of basketball, the game of football, the game of hockey, whatever team sport or whatever sport you play, it's going to show on the court, on the field, in the arena, how good you are or how good you not. Because it's going to be all put out and display in front of everybody. And film does not lie. So this little hype train y'all on with her, it's coming to an end.
Shout out to DeAndre for the 5-piece. Hold on, what did he say? Hold on, let me go back real quick. Oh, I get lost. All right, there we go. Shout out to DeAndre for the 5. He said, y'all think eventually Cece will be forced out of the league? No. Don't y'all know the same? But
they invested too much in her for
can I say something, Showtime?
Taylor Clark is popular because of the sponsorships, y'all. Them same sponsorships that's paying the WNBA, they made Caitlin Clark.
Right.
But I also think though, Showtime.
Take them away. Y'all, it's like a rapper going independent, leaving the mainstream, not major label. I mean, it's like a rapper going independent, leaving a major label. Don't you know he's going to spend his own money on his own? He's going to spend his own money on pushing out his own product.
Yep.
On albums.
Yep. His own promotion, his own marketing.
That shit hard.
Yes.
It's hard for you to sell when you're doing it by yourself.
Yep.
That's why a lot of these artists need they need major labels.
That's right. For promotion.
If you take that away from her, she's not gonna be as big, bro. If she goes anywhere else overseas, bro, she's not finna. Who y'all think the WNBA? Y'all think WNBA gonna fail because of the WNBA?
Well, Showtime.
For 28 years before her.
Well, Showtime, I argue that she was never as big as people thought she was because in that 2023 finals, when America got to see both players, it was Angel Reese that got all the spoils. Like her NIL did not budge. It stayed at about $500K a year, whereas Angel shot up to almost $3 million a year. the following year. And that following season, that LSU team was the most talked about biggest team that entire year. Once they got Morrow and once they got HVL, they were like the Jackson 5. That was completely dominated by Angel Reese and LSU, just like the previous 2 years were dominated by Paige Beckers and UConn. As Black people, we like to think that Clark just blew up after 23. She did not. She blew up when the WNBA, under the guise of NIL, hooked her up with about $3 to $4 million in NIL with official WNBA sponsors. And then they put the hype machine behind her, you know, the greatest ever, the greatest this, the greatest this, the greatest that. So that way people can feel that she was so good, and that attracted the casuals that we always heard about, the casuals. And then online they paid a bunch of people, which are well aware of Showtime. I've heard you talk about them wanting to pay people to talk about her and the badmouth Angel Reese. You said the other day you couldn't play the video you played earlier and YouTube struck it down. That's when corporations get behind. So the reason why I think they done all this, because one, they knew the CBA was coming up, and they couldn't promote Angel because they knew Angel was pro player. She was independent, had her own money. She didn't need the WNBA's money because she was already making $2 to $3 million a year at college up until that. CeCe wasn't making jack. So she took the corporate deal that Ionescu denied, that Kelsey Plum didn't want, that Breonna Stewart didn't want, that Angel didn't take. So she became a tool. The other component, obviously, is the political one, which they're doing now. You got midterm elections coming up. The GOP is sucking wind because of all the nonsense that's going on with them. And historically, they've taken things that we're not always aware of, or you wouldn't think so, and used it for political gain. And I think from the political standpoint, Clark is one of those components, which means all the stuff we're talking about now about her not being as good in basketball as they want us to think us, that's because it was never about basketball. It was about the CBA and anti-Angel Reese. That's why they do everything possible to go against Angel, because they know Angel's audience is natural, it's organic, it's there, it ain't going nowhere. It's always been there. Whereas most of the stuff you see online, I argue with CeCe, are bots, paid presenters, paid shills, and then yes, a few of them are idiots, and this is why almost none of them know anything about the WNBA. They don't know anything about her college career. They don't even know about CeCe's career. Most of them do not watch the WNBA. So how can you build your audience on a player who 90% of her fans say they don't watch the sport? You can't. That's because they're doing it for ulterior motives and other reasons. I know one of the reasons you think Showtime is because the attack against Black women, which we do see a lot on YouTube, especially from Black men.
Bro, you know it's popular for a man that look like me to attack Black women, bro. That's popular.
100%.
They have tried to get me to do it, bro.
There you go.
I'm telling you the God and honest truth. Like if I
and somebody's paying for that. That's not by accident.
Don't y'all know these people would love me if I sat up here and said Black women ain't shit, and these women in the WNBA are jealous, Angel Reese trash, Angel Wilson and boring, Caitlin Clark made everybody. She the reason why they had private. If I talk like that, don't you know them people would love me?
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about me. They don't like me. They don't like me. They don't like me in particular. They like the fact that I'm pushing, you know, their agendas.
Right.
But this is why she can't speak out, Showtime.
That's why
because Caitlin Clark didn't make the WNBA. The WNBA made her. That's what Fee was talking about when she mentioned Kathy, when Kathy was mad, like, part of my language, bitch, you better go sit down because you did this all because of us. Like the idiots were like, but I thought Caitlin had this. No, every single endorsement Caitlin got, even in college, came from official WNBA sponsors because they had already greased the skids for her to enter the WNBA to make it look like she actually had NIL. She did not, which is why, and Angel talked about this on her show, they offered her a similar deal and she said no. Remember when De'Arica Hamby said the league runs the endorsements and they want you to go through them? They also tried to make that part of the CBA. So Angel, She had already met with Nneka and Fee before she got to the pros, and they told her when she had that extra year, we need you. Kathy knew all this. That's why Angel, when she talked about her show, she basically let it know that Kathy don't like her. The reason why Kathy don't like her is because one, she knew she was independent, and two, she knew she had her own money and she didn't need the WNBA. And one of the reasons why Kathy mad at her, because Angel said they asked her to drop her manager, do this, do that. And Angel said no. But you know who said yes? Caitlin Clark. And that's why Caitlin Clark can't say nothing, because she's actually on the payroll of the league, which is why, if y'all notice, every single Caitlin Clark channel they badmouth Angel, they badmouth the players, and they badmouth Unrivaled. It's because they all getting paid by the same people. No joke, which is why they asked you to badmouth Angel Showtime and to big up Caitlin Clark.
I don't care about. Look, man, I'm gonna eat regardless. I would never sell my soul. I would never come on here and say something I don't truly believe, bro. That's just what it is.
That's the reason why. And there's another aspect to this.
I'm not finna sit up here badmouth women in the league, talk crazy about black women. Come on now, like I just can't do that. Like that's just not me. And people, I know a lot of these dudes, they don't mind doing that.
They getting paid.
They don't stand on anything though.
It's a Sambo show. They getting paid.
I'm a stand up man, bro. At the end of the day, I stand on what I believe, bro. And I'm a basketball fan first. I'm not just I cover the NBA and I cover the WNBA. I'm a basketball fan first. I can't sit up here and talk about Luka Doncic don't play defense, Trae Young don't play defense, and then come on to the WNBA side and say Caitlin Clark the best thing I ever seen.
Right.
So I'll be contradicting if I do that, I'll be contradicting myself the whole entire time. So you got to think about all that. So what I look like coming on here saying Caitlin Clark is the best player in the world, she's the best shooter, I'll be lying. I'll be sitting here lying, bro. I would literally be lying. I'll be sitting up here lying every day. Caitlin Clark, the best player in the world. She's better than Asia. She's better than Kelsey Smith. I would literally be lying. I'll be talking about all that good basketball shit in the NBA. Then come on here and lie. It's just like these dudes on YouTube. Like some of these dudes. I don't be watching like that, but I be hearing folks talk about it. Some of these dudes. They got Caitlin Clark channels, and they talk shit about black women and black people, right? And they cool with Jason Whitlock, but but these the same dudes. They got Shador channels praising Prime when Jason Whitlock be shitting on Prime. It be shit like that. Like y'all don't be paying attention to this type of shit.
That's backwards, bro.
Yeah, a lot of the Shador, a lot of the guys that love Shador channels were simultaneously, like Keep the Vision, and those guys were simultaneously.
Don't say that fuck niggas name. Don't even say that.
I hear you.
I don't watch them fuck niggas. Don't say their name.
I don't watch none of them. I'll see something, I'll click. Like, yeah, no.
I don't miss none of them dudes. I don't even care about. I just know folks be talking about it. These dudes, they be showing me different shit. Like, how you making videos about
because they being paid to badmouth Angel Reese,
Deion Sanders and Shador, and then on the other, you know what I'm saying? But y'all cool with Jason Whitlock? When he just shitting on Jason Whitlock?
I just told you.
When he shitting on Prime,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like it be shit like that. But hey, look, y'all do anything for $1. Hey,
there you go.
All y'all dudes, y'all be at them dinner parties, getting oiled up, bent over, on your knees, all kind of shit, bro, for money.
There you go.
Anything for $1. Not me. I don't do anything. That's not me, bro.
But you got integrity and principles, so.
Yeah, hey, it's always gonna be like that.
As a matter of fact,
you can't buy me, bro. That's just what it is.
As a matter of fact, your boy Scott Simpkins' channel, he said, or some people have admitted on his channel, no, not gonna say no names, that hey, I'm doing this for the money. They've actually said it to me because these are people with channels that big her up, and we all know they take money. That's a given, but they'll say, hey, basically, I don't have no morals. I'm taking it for the money.
There's one thing more important than money to me, and that's integrity.
I think I'm playing. I'm gonna have to go through that email, bro. I literally had a Kevin Clark fan email me say, "Hey, show, I respect your content, but I don't like the fact that you support Angel over CC. If I will donate you money to cover CC, just CC only. Forget the rest of the league."
And you know what, Showtime? That's not coming from an
That's what I'm telling
individual.
y'all.
That's probably coming from a PR company or a corporation disguised as an individual. That's how they do it.
I don't move like that, bro. That's not me, bro. That's never been me. I'm a stand-up individual. You know, I'm not one of them that's gonna do anything for money, bro. That's just not me.
Listen, there's something more important than
I'm
money
straight
to me.
anyway.
Okay?
I don't
That's
have
called
to
integrity.
do all that. You don't. I'm good.
I got integrity. I'm sorry.
Showtime. Take Nike. Perfect example, right? Angel when she was with Michelle Obama said that Reebok offered her a sneaker contract in 2022, but she felt she wasn't ready, even though most people got sneaker contracts, don't have championships, but whatever. And then after she won the championship, ironically, she signed November 2023 with Reebok. Notice Clark did not get her sneaker contract until spring 2024 by Nike after Angel had already turned them down, along with all her other, because Nike is not only an official WNBA sponsor, they're also a strategic investment partner that gets to write stories and create stories of players. So why would the WNBA strategic investment partner promote somebody like Angel Reese, who she turned down, instead of someone like Caitlin Clark, who they invested money into belatedly over a year later? So if Clark was so popular and such a great person and such a great thing, why is it that Nike didn't sign her until the other WNBA sponsors did? That means two reasons. She was never that marketable in the first place because she has nothing to market, right? No championship, no good looks, no personality, no aesthetically pleasing game, and she's not a nice person. It's all fake because you can't promote people that don't have nothing to promote. But the reason why people think she's popular is because they tell us to, and that's the machine. The propagandists, the PR companies, the corporations that work with the WNBA that they hired to put this out there, who said she's the greatest player in the world, when in reality, like y'all said, if you look at her game, the question is, one, what's there? And when you look at her personality, she's a train wreck. Nobody would like her.
But you know what's gonna end up happening, right? Y'all know that shit gonna phase out, right? See, people, y'all enjoying it now, they might think, oh, you know, they cooking and they thrive. That shit gonna phase out after a while. Once the narrative stop, then what you gonna have to depend
Agreed.
on? That shit,
agreed.
Y'all chasing a high, but a high only lasts only so long though. Once that high go away, what you gonna have? You don't have land to stay on. You can't do what Jason Whitlock doing. Jason Whitlock, he totally switched up.
Yeah.
He told, bro, look, that's what everybody gonna try to do, but it's gonna be too late. You already sold the ass, bro. You can't get it back.
But you know what's so funny about those conservatives, Showtime, is
See,
that
when I come on here, bro, when I talk about basketball, I talk about anything. Yo, you can agree or disagree. We can all agree or disagree with each other. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna go to sleep knowing, all right, I stood on what I believe, whether you agree or disagree, and I can go to sleep comfortable as a man, but without selling my soul. Me doing all of that, bro, I got a daughter, bro. A daughter. What I look like coming on here, taking a diarrhea shit on all these women saying they trash, they jealous, they thugs, and just lying and doing all this buck dance, and then get off YouTube and act like I'm a real man. I'm gonna talk positive about Prime and Shador, but I'm gonna do a show with Jason Whitlock, a dude that try to destroy their image. That every day he talks shit about them. Like, come on, y'all. Like, pay attention to that.
But that congressional thing that they're trying to do, Showtime, essentially what they're trying to do is Emmett Till, if y'all remember him, Emmett Till, the WNBA collectively Whereas Emmett Till in the 50s, right? He allegedly whistled at a white woman. They killed him. They threw him in the water. His face was bloated. His mother did that on purpose so you could see what he looks like. And even now, he's still famous. I think Bill Clinton or one of the presidents finally recognized him. Well, guess what? What the GOP is trying to do right now is Emmett Till, the WNBA, a bunch of black, big, strong black women and lesbians, etc., who don't like Cece, who we know is a Democrat and who we know we're not going to talk about where she rolled, but that's in question.
Politics. But look, tell this out, not every, but here's the thing, bro. Like, well, not every woman is a. But here's my thing though. Why does it matter if they lesbians or they black?
They're sexual. I don't care about their sexual orientation.
But that's my thing.
Well, they're trying to play to their base politically. That's more political than a basketball thing.
Well, most of the conservatives are gay
because they got midterm elections coming up.
The problem with the whole conversation. Why does it matter if they black or they lesbian? Why does that? We here for basketball.
Because it's an image that they're trying to cultivate and perpetrate to the simpletons. Because right now there's a split.
Last time I checked, most of the.
But how do we know? Okay, how do we know what Caitlin Clark is? Though? How do we know this?
No, I think they're making up most of the stuff they say Showtime, but it's a caricature they have.
How do we know if Caitlin Clark like this? Candace Parker came in married to Sheldon Williams. Then all of a sudden, you know, we see what she is now. So how do we know what Caitlin Clark is?
Right.
Caitlin Clark, like for real, we don't even know Caitlin Clark. She have yet to pick a side.
That's not what they're concerned with, Show. It's what they project to their audience.
Even with the Taylor Swift post, she played the middle. She have yet to really stand on something. If she says the political correct thing, how do we know what she is? We don't know.
One time I was on a panel with a Caitlin Clark fan, white guy, and I said to him that this is all BS about white Christian female, right? And then I asked him in the panel, and I said, if you are a white male, and he wouldn't even let me finish. I said, if you are a white male, I said, which female would you want? I said, would you want Angel Reese or would you want Caitlin Clark? And he cut me off before I could finish the sentence, said, of course. And the whole panel said, of course. So if you were actually trying to promote to males, white, black, brown, indifferent, you wouldn't promote Caitlin Clark because one, she's not even a Republican as far as we know, and she may not, and her sexuality may not be. So obviously it's not about that. It's about something else. And it's because she was the one willing to accept the deal. Paige Beckers didn't want the deal because she's got a black stepmom and her favorite coach was a black AAU coach. Ionescu didn't accept the deal because her favorite friend is Satu. Breonna Stewart didn't take the deal. None of the top white players wanted to take the deal, and then Angel didn't go along with it because she also said no to the deal because Angel had her own money. Clark did not have her own money her junior year, entering her senior year of basketball. Just like a lot of people say no one showed up at Iowa games her first 2 years until after Angel did the finger. So yes, you had the crazies like, what's the dude's name? Dave Portnoy and Keith Olbermann, who got on social media and made that an issue when it wasn't really an issue because nobody in TV cared, said anything. The post-game show, the after show, the refs, the play, it was a big nothing burger. A real incident is what happened with Gino and Homegirl in South Carolina. That's an incident after the game. What Angel did was Dawn Stanley. I want to say Dawn, but for some reason I didn't. That was nothing. They made it an issue. And then they went after black women and they went after Angel, but then Clark all of a sudden becomes what? She still ain't get no ads, no award shows, no TV shows, nothing in 2023 to 2024. There's a site called ON3. You can look it up. That's why they made documentaries on LSU and Angel making all this money in NIL. Clark was nowhere to be seen. She was left dry. So the reason why I bring all this up, because if she was so marketable, if she was this marketable, then why is it in 2023 when America got to see both players, Angel's trajectory shot up like a cannon, Sports Illustrated covers, ESPY awards, Q ratings, web impressions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, Clark's went up too, but she still didn't get any endorsements. So what you really have to ask the question is, when Kathy signed Clark to all those endorsements, she knew what she was doing, because she was never the player to do it for, because if she was, she would have had all those endorsements when she was in college. She did not. Angel had all those endorsements in college, not Clark. Like I said, Clark didn't get her Nike deal belatedly, probably, as sloppy seconds to Angel, until 2024 with all the other official WNBA sponsors. So if Clark is so popular, then why is her ads only with official WNBA sponsors? That's because Kathy is pushing her. One, because I think of the CBA, because you couldn't have Angel as your star because she supported the players, the history of the women, and the CBA. She even said she's willing not to play for the CBA. And y'all notice that Clark just gave lukewarm comments about the CBA and never really supported the women outright. And that's because Clark is a tool and she's controlled by the league and not vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's why she never speaks out.
And they with the WNBA, they always wanted a white controlled asset.
That's what
And
she is, an asset, like the CIA.
yeah, like they tried to do that with Rebecca Lobo, but like Lisa Leslie ended up becoming the generational big, so to speak. And they tried to do that again with Jackie Styles. But I think Jackie Styles got hurt earlier. So like the
Yeah, she didn't
WNBA
last.
say what now?
She didn't last. Her injuries curtailed her career.
Yeah. I think she played with Portland, didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like they're always looking for a white superstar figure, and like they found it with Caitlin Clark, and like the gentleman was saying, like she took the deal nobody else wanted.
And my T girl.
Yeah.
Right. You can hear me?
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
If that's always been the case, that speaks about to me
a lack of character.
To me, that says that America doesn't think black women are viable like that, bro.
Yeah.
No, I think it's the opposite, show. I think they're afraid because they had the perfect thing in Angel. Take Angel, for example, right? Because of the job that they have done on Angel with the WNBA and its PR affiliates and the corporations and the media that they work with, right? We forget what makes Angel Angel. The first thing is her basketball game. Without her basketball game, she wouldn't be Angel. 2 is her looks. 3 is her personality. 4 is her strength and courage, all that she's been through, and she still holds her head up high and or fights back and ultimately wins or get what she wants.
I strongly believe that always been
right. You still there, show? Well, so if you look at what happened last night, right? There are very, very few players in sports who can bring that level of excitement and electricity and dynamics as Angel did on the court yesterday. And anyone who sees it can get that palpable feeling. On top of that, she still took over the game, both offensively, defensively, and with her facilitating leadership and also the emotion. She's a special, special, special player. Yeah. But all Kathy has done the last 3 years is to memory hold Angel and have people forget. And the reason why she did it, I think, because this happened in 2023. They were promoting Clark as the big star, and Angel ended up being the big star out of that 2023 finals. And now they're trying to prevent the same thing the last 3 years.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, Show, but I think you disappeared again.
I don't think he can hear us. So
but go ahead, my T girl. You were saying something.
But with Angel, they don't want her to look like boisterous. Because like when she's on the court, she have like a male bravado, like that boisterousness you used to see men in the NBA have, like when they make a play, like that.
Yes, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Go ahead. My bad, my TV.
But that's what Angel play with. Like she like to bang her chest. She like to do the too small. And so with like Kathy and them, they want to over police her. They want to over police her physicality. They want to over police her confidence because they want to make this white girl over here the star of their league.
When she's 10 times more of a train wreck than Angel Reese could ever be.
And people were saying Caitlin Clark need to go to Europe. Look, I followed women's basketball before it blew up. I used to follow a lot of these women when they went to go play over in Europe and when they went to go play over in Russia, back when Russia was the premier destination for women basketball players in the States. Caitlin Clark cannot survive that type of physicality that they play with in the Euro leagues because the refs, they don't have a whistle. Like, they're going to let those women play until it's blood. That's what people don't understand. The Euro League basketball is physical. WNBA players used to come back to the States and they will upgrade their game and they will build more muscle and more skill because they was over in Europe. Caitlin Clark won't be able to survive that. Like, she could probably go to Mexico or China where Kennedy Carter at, but she can't play in no Istanbul in Spain.
Nope. Nope.
My thing is too, like outside of the CC, the fact that y'all like the fact Angel beat CC, bro, you watch Angel Reese move, she very professional, bro.
Yeah.
She's so intelligent and smart.
Angel just don't have,
and she's self-made.
Angel just don't have African American fans. She got Caucasian fans.
Yes.
Yeah. That's from LSU.
You know why? Because she's professional, bro.
Yep.
She's professional. She classy. She very classy, bro. She not out here fighting, getting arrested.
Right. And she real friendly too. Like, I heard she's one of the nicest people you can meet.
But Kathy don't want her because she can't control her like Cece.
That's why I'm sitting up. Folks be talking like, bro, do y'all really pay attention to Angel? Bro, Angel be at Met Gala. She be at, bro, she be in she do business with billionaires.
Yep.
Yeah.
People keep forgetting Met Gala's invite only.
Like, she in rooms that WNBA players don't be in.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, she actually taught WNBA players how to market themselves in this generation. Obviously, Skylar did in her generation, Lisa Leslie, etc., did in their generation. But for this current generation, she's shown the WNBA players how to market themselves and how you don't need the league because the league still wanted to make it a plantation where you have to go through us to get everything. And that's why Kathy, to her course, Showtime hates Angel because she can't control Angel. Angel don't need the league. Angel don't need her. She needs it to play basketball, obviously, but she don't need the league for money. Clark needed the league for money because she wasn't making a bunch of money in NIL. So she took the corporate deal that all those other women we mentioned denied. Plus, she's with Nike, and Angel's got 3 strikes against her. She didn't take the corporate deal. She's not with Nike, and she's not with a big management firm like IMG, CAA, LeBron's group. I forgot their name. Clutch, etc. She's independent because her manager worked, as y'all know, with a big firm, but she believed in Angel Reese so much. She quit her job. Quit her job. This is what you're talking about, a superstar, not a manufactured one like this other girl, where you quit your job before she even blew up because you believe in this player's game, their personality, their aura, everything about them. And look what happened.
Don't put Clutch in that category, man. Don't put Clutch in that category, man.
Oh, you with Clutch? You used to be with Clutch too?
No, think about it though. From a Clutch standpoint, isn't Clutch what we've always wanted in our community?
Yeah, that's what.
So I'm confused at why we put Clutch in that category. Why? Because ESPN told us. Like, isn't Clutch literally what we want in our community?
No. I don't have anything against Clutch, if I can respond. But presumably, if LeBron is with Nike,
but Clutch doesn't go against our brand.
No, all I'm saying is that she's not in line with Nike, Clutch, or some of the other big firms.
But again, keep putting Clutch in there. Clutch not even part of that. Clutch literally goes against the NBA all the time with his players.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So Clutch, But Clutch, if Angel joined Clutch, Angel Wilson is with Clutch. Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray's with Clutch. Look how the league treats them.
True.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But that's my
what I'm
point.
saying. Like, I don't want us to get it misconstrued at what we're trying to accomplish with this conversation.
Yeah, you may mean well, MSL. I get what you're trying to say, but Zoe was also right. We got to be careful with that because
No, just so y'all know, I'm not knocking Clutch or any other large firm. I didn't even have a name.
No. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
All I'm saying is this.
I'm actually saying you're not. However, like Zoe just said, the people in the audience that are listening to Showtime's channel that are not on this panel may misconstrue the fan, and they'll think that you are.
No, I wasn't saying anything that big. All I was saying was, presumably, like every large corporation, the WNBA has the people who they go with when you say yes, because Angel herself talked about it on her show.
But they don't go with Clutch. That's fine,
and that's fine. I was just saying she wasn't with a big firm.
Literally goes at Clutch players every day, telling them to leave.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, WNBA don't like Clutch. They don't. No,
I get what y'all. Okay, take Clutch out of it. Whether it's CAA, whether it's IMG, whether it's any of these big firms.
Again, MSL. The reason I jumped in is because we're having a conversation, piggybacking off of how the league is against, especially what Black women are trying to create in the league. I don't want to add into something into that isn't really part of the overall conversation.
No, and that's fair. But they were kind of like third on the line. The main points were the corporate deal that she didn't take with the WNBA and also not being with Nike. I think even you would agree that as Nike is not only a strategic investor in the WNBA, because I saw the strategic investment contract they had in 2022, and it states that they can write stories, they can create stories, that they can essentially create stars. That's what the strategic agreement says. The PR press release was posted in 2022, and from what I understand, it was re-upped. And she now regarding Asia, since you brought her up, right? Asia, some would argue, is getting the lower end of the stick for Nike compared to Clark, and I'm sure you would say no. Asian sneakers are doing very, very well. Sorry about the printer behind me. She's doing very well. She's doing great. And then some would argue that they've been pushing off Clark's release because they're either wanting to see is there enough people interested in her, or maybe they're trying to find a way to get out of the contract. But either way, Asia should be the biggest star in the WNBA and not Caitlin Clark. And some people think that's due to Nike.
But MSL, how we know Caitlin Clark got a bigger shoe deal though? We don't know that because like they'll put it out there. This player.
Well, I don't think she makes as much money on her shoe deal as people think she does.
See, man, bro, Angel could be getting more money on the back end
because you make money selling shoes. You get a percentage selling shoes depending on your deal. She don't have no shoes.
Different though. We don't see. I mean, we don't know for real, bro. I mean, everybody. Contracts are different, you know.
Well, we know originally they claimed she was making.
But Rich Paul, look though, Rich Paul gonna make sure his clients get paid, bro.
Yes.
I'm telling you, he gonna make sure.
I'm not too knowledgeable about the agencies and all that. All I know is,
but at the end of the day, hold on though. But at the end of the day, don't y'all know that Rich Paul is one of the smartest men in especially when it comes to making sure his players get what they deserve in the front end? Technically, y'all, this is how smart Rich Paul is. Technically, we don't even know Asia Wilson's actual shoe deal because it's never been disclosed. Right. Asia Wilson has it in her contract that her actual amount was never disclosed. So we don't even, like Showtime said, we actually don't even know Asia's shoe deal.
And I think that Angel Reese operates the same way. I think she doesn't care about that stuff. And I think Clark and the league is the opposite. I think they put out a lot of numbers for Clark to get people excited, but they're not true. You remember they originally said she made $16 million a year? Well, Forbes last year said it was $12 million a year. Will it be $10 million a year this year? We'll see. They claim Angel made $10 million a year and Paige made $10 million a year and Ionescu made $10 million a year. But based off what I know about business, I wouldn't be surprised if they said Angel made $16 to $25 million a year next year when they come out with those numbers.
I think she makes a lot more than that.
And if Coco Vandaway makes $30 million a year, then Angel can do the same.
We counting pockets right now, man. We counting pockets.
Yeah. No, we're not counting. No. But look, Prince. But I say that in the context of if or when it's reported that Angel makes more than Clark, which I think she does, then you can now go to the league and say, why are you promoting this girl when she's not even the biggest? When she's not even the biggest endorser in the league?
How did we even get here?
But we're not talking about money. Like I'm confused at the conversation.
Well, we started talking basketball, but now we're talking about the league and why they promote Clark the way they do and why the Congress is doing what they do. So what we're doing is chopping holes in the tree of what they say about Caitlin Clark, which we can easily say that's not true, that's not true, that's not
because
true.
Because we have our own set of eyes.
And we know this because.
It's all a part of the package. It's all a part of the propaganda package, though.
Right. I think you may have missed that part of the conversation, though.
At the end of the day, look, y'all do know that a lot of those numbers are inflated and not.
I just said that. I just said that. I said I think Clark's camp releases numbers to get stimulus, but they don't necessarily need to be true. And as you know, being a former athlete, I used to be an agent, just so you know, Zoe, that a lot of times the contracts can be very complicated and be based on all sorts of incentives. You can have a base contract, like they can announce, like Rory, they can announce that someone makes $200 million in their contract when in reality they're being paid $20 million, and the rest of it is a what if. And yeah, I do think they do that with Clark.
Correct. That's why I'm saying I don't understand the nuance of what Angel makes versus CC makes.
Well, no, in that context, let's say if they came out and said that Angel made $25 million a year, right, in endorsements.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like how we get to comparing networks. Because we'll never really know what their true networks are.
No, we don't. But idiots like Forbes will still, or Fortune will still publish the information. So let's say if Forbes says that Angel makes, because when they said Angel made $10 million last year, the previous year they didn't even have Angel on their list.
But Forbes only go out what's being reported though.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Again, man, like even myself, like I have investments that aren't even under my real name. They're
right,
under,
that people don't know.
They're under my investments account. So like Forbes doesn't track none of like all of that be convoluted.
It's a guess. I agree. Just like net worth. You don't know what someone's net worth is. Like all these athletes they claim is rich and they all be broke.
That conversation leads nowhere though.
No, but it's still a marketing aspect, Prince. What I'm saying is this, Prince. If Forbes comes next year, whether she makes the money or not, that's not my argument. I'm talking about the psychological part of it. If Forbes comes out next year and says Angel makes $25 million a year, and they say Clark makes $16 million a year, right? Whether it's true or not, then we or people like us can go to the league and say, well, Kathy, why are you promoting this girl if this other girl is making more money than her? We could still make that argument now, right? Because they claim Clark made $12 million last year, and they claim Paige, Sabrina Ionescu, and Angel made around $10 million. So why are you not promoting these other girls if this girl barely makes more money than them, and we know all her endorsements are coming from you, the WNBA, and your official sponsors? So that argument needs to be had, but most people aren't even aware of the discussion that we're having now. So it needs to be had so people are aware, to your ultimate question, that Caitlin Clark is not who they say she is.
But again, we getting away from the conversation of equal representation that we're trying to like get here with the topic, as far as it shouldn't be about who's making more money. We shouldn't have to go to the league and says Angel makes more money for us to say she should get equal share of the publicity and equal share of the marketing that goes into growing the league. Like we should be able to go to the league and say, hey, this is a great player as well. This team wins as well. This player has a marketable personality as well. I mean, the conversation should always stay on who they are as basketball players and individuals, not where they should spend the marketing dollars.
Well, that would go to those who say that Kathy, and I don't agree with it, by the way, I think she's on her own agenda, who Kathy only responds to money. But the other component to what you just said, Prince, isn't that what Cheryl Reese said in that cell phone game when they played the exhibition against the Sky? She said that I've never seen, this is a paraphrase. Remember, Cheryl Reese said, I've never seen a player that I've never seen a league that only promotes one player. Cheryl Reese said that. And then she said that we're playing against a player, Angel, who we feel should be equally as marketed. Cheryl Reese said that, and remember, because that game wasn't televised, but Clark's preseason game was televised, and then someone with a cell phone streamed it, and it got like 500,000 views or something like that. But
I remember that.
Despite that, Kathy still did not do what she needed to do. So to your question, Prince, we have an issue. Kathy does not want to promote Angel, Asia, or any of these other women, because when you really look at it, Unrivaled, which has Mickey, I forgot her last name, but she used to run the WTA, the Women's Tennis Association. Unrivaled actually promotes their players the right way. I think if most of us, and I asked this on another panel, I said, if Unrivaled's marketing or promotion was done with the WNBA, would y'all be happy? And every single person on that 10-member panel said yes. That's because they do it the right way. The WNBA does not.
So I've always had this question, though. I've always had this question. This is my question. Are we crying because the WNBA doesn't put Asia Wilson and Angel as the face?
I'm going to be honest.
The last time I looked, Asia Wilson's shoe sells out. Angel Reese shoe jersey sells out. The last time I looked, Asia Wilson got a New York bestseller. The last time I looked, Angel Reese is at the Met Gala as one of the partners. Last time I looked, Angel Reese podcast does very well. So, are we?
I'll say this.
I want to support Angel Wilson and Angel Reese. We, at the end of the day, me and Showtime have said this multiple times. I know we've said it just this year alone, multiple times. We are the WNBA.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agree, 100%.
We don't need the look, man. Angel and Angel Wilson does just fine without the WNBA support.
100%.
They gonna let them fail, or they gonna catch up. They gotta pick one. And they do just fine. They got enough support. they fine.
But then this goes back to the question of the congressional thing that everybody keeps asking.
We see exactly what's going on. We have eyeballs.
I'm not begging for no WNBA to put Asia Wilson on the cover or nothing.
We all know who the face of the W is. It's Asia Wilson. 4 times.
Hey man, look, I don't care if they don't put them on the cover or anything. We as a community, we still can go to their games. We still can buy their merch. The WNBA don't got no control over that.
Nope.
Y'all should be proud.
Well, we talked about that, Prince.
Like, this community should be proud of the work, the effort, the support that they've given Angel, Asia, and even Paige to a certain extent.
Yes.
Like, living that. Like,
we're
chasing the WNBA's accredited when we holding them down already. I'm not, look here, man. I'm not about to keep begging the WNBA for me to feel good about something I'm already supporting, and they doing well on.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if they don't market them.
Hear what they talking about over there.
And really, we moving into a new era of sports where young athletes can promote themselves. That's why Angel signed with Reebok. She didn't sign with Nike because Reebok would give her a lot of autonomy to just promote her brand the way she want to promote her brand,
and also
and be in control of her
and all that
narrative.
other stuff, and a lifestyle line, and a percentage.
You can look at 2K. You can look at Victoria's Secret. You can look at all the foundations she has.
I just want to say with Kathy Engelbert and Nike and Adidas, they're operating from a very old sports paradigm where everything have to be centralized at the top. And these young players coming in, they don't want to answer to nobody at the top. They want to have freedom and control to be in control of their narrative
They
be in
want to be
control
the
of
top.
their
They are
brand.
the top.
And that's the reason why. And that's the reason why corporations are scared to unaliven
Yeah.
with NIL. When the Supreme Court struck down the NCAA monopoly of
Right.
monopolizing on these athletes and disallowing them to make money off of their own name, when they struck that down, that sent a shift, a monumental shift that's going from the college ranks and it's going to go into the pro ranks,
To the pro,
because the pros were loving the fact that these athletes were not getting paid in college off of their name. And so when they got to so that made them subservient to whatever money that they presented to them once they got it. When they got into the pros. Now these athletes have the power, and that's the reason why they don't like Angel Reese. Not only does she have money power, she has grassroots community power. And like Show said, she even white people love you. Look, I watched that game last night, and I was shocked at how many white people were there going crazy over Angel Reese.
Yeah.
So when you got that kind of power, that makes her dangerous. And that's the reason why I believe, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, allegedly, I think some of these referees are getting paid by these corporations to cheat on Angel, to try to diminish her star power through getting her kicked out of games and not calling fouls when she gets hacked. I believe that's a complete
it's corporate sabotage, because Nike and Adidas sit at the top of the NBA sponsorship. Now you have a company like Reebok, led by Allen Iverson and Shaq. They're trying to move in on the women's sports arena too. So just like when it's a street turf war, all right, one gang on one set, they don't want another set trying to emerge on their block. So you're going to try to take them out. And that's pretty much what we see happening with Candace Parker and Adidas and Nike coming at Angel Reese because of Reebok.
And
exactly. That's why our voices, our support, what we do off the court to support these young black women in their entrepreneurship on what they trying to create for those that come after them. We got to continue to stand firm, speak positivity, because at the end of the day, if the league is doing whatever we're up here saying that they're doing as far as targeting or trying to manipulate the market, they're doing that so we can crawl to them and be like, you know what, we give up.
Right.
But if you stay consistent, I just don't want us to get into a constant habit of always trying to get the WNBA to side with us. No, we keep supporting our community. Look, they shoes is selling out. They jerseys is selling out. The WNBA can't tell you who buy a ticket to a game. If the WNBA want to buy the tickets, that go back to the players anyway. With the new CBA. So if they want to buy all the tickets where they don't got no fans in the stands, so what?
It's going to the players anyway.
So what? We can still support them in other ways, their books, their shoes, their podcasts, all of that. We're not going to crawl to the WNBA. We're going to support them. Put that money in their pocket. They don't need to split it with the WNBA. That's what I'm about. Man, look here, man. I ain't begging Captain to do a goddamn thing. As long as I know I can support Asia them and buy their jerseys and their shoes, I'm good. They can do all the sabotage they want. I don't care if Atlanta lose 30 games this year. I'ma still buy injury shoes. I'ma still give her tickets to my subscribers. I'ma still offer my subscribers her jerseys during contests, all of that. I don't care about none of that. I'm not look at, man. I'm not gonna argue with no referees, no sabotage. Look here, man. They want you to do that. They want you to say, you know what? I give up. What Angel got to do to be part of the group?
Yep.
Well, I see that smile on your face, Prince, when you was talking, but it's just like the quote unquote revolution. we always talk about, right? There are different people who do different things in the revolution, right? You got the brothers on the front line who was taking people out, right down to people who would just intellectualize stuff and don't do anything physical. And unless there actually is a revolution where bullets are flying, no one's approach or opinion is right or wrong because nothing is popping off. Now, when the bullet starts flying, that's a whole nother deal. And I say that to say, because we talked about this earlier with Showtime, I think before you came back on, you'd be surprised how most of these whites, I'm just going to put that term out there, who support Clark and the so-called blacks that support Clark, most of them don't support her because they actually like her or like her game. They support her because of what they heard or what they were told on the news or on the TV station. So you get certain types. You get the racist types, you get the bandwagon types, you get the weak types, you get the simp types, people who, that when Showtime jokers say they don't brush their teeth, you're talking about people who are easily susceptible to propaganda or manipulation. Those are the people that actually root for her, like her. That's why anytime any of us engage in a conversation for them, we quickly find out they know nothing about women's basketball. They know nothing even about Clark's career, and they don't know a damn thing about Angel Reese. These are just people who are bandwagoners or people with no life who are trying to live their life, whether it be racism, their loneliness, trying to feel good about stuff through Caitlin Clark. And the league knows that, which is why they have to send out this constant propaganda. You remember that thing they said in the congressional letter? They said the most popular, the most this in the letter. Well, guess what, guys? If you were truly the most popular or well-known player, you wouldn't have to put that in the damn congressional letter, and you wouldn't have to remind us that every single day. That's the mind manipulation and propaganda they use. The same tactics they use in politics, they also use in consumer, and that's what they do to us with the constant Caitlin Clark propaganda. So I agree with Prince. Nobody on this panel falls for it because we're here. We already know that. But not everybody, black or white, that we know does, because they just hear the propaganda, go, oh, well, she must be good because they're saying she's this, that. But the more people come after her, whether it be Whitlock or us and all these black athletes and black podcasters and black news people who are all, to me, taking checks because none of them have anything to say about the WNBA, black women, or Angel Reese. So to your argument, Prince, yes, she's doing this on her own because she's not getting popular support from the black intelligentsia or the black establishment. But guess what? As Maya Angelou says, she still prospers.
Listen, I'll say it like
I would say, but I think most black establishments love Angel Reese.
No, but I'm saying, has the Congressional Black Caucus spoken out about her?
What congressional got to do with the WNBA?
I agree, but what does that idiot letter have to do with the WNBA?
The politics in the W should not be mixing, period.
I'm trying to figure out how that affects. I don't care about no congressional letter.
Well, okay, I'll answer your question, Prince, because ultimately this is not about Clark or even about Angel. It's about the defamation, if I'm saying it correctly, of the black female or the black woman. Thank you, defamation, and black folks on a whole. It's just a strategy and a tactic for now for what I see as the midterm elections coming up. So they don't have to necessarily speak about the WNBA or even Angel Reese. They could just speak about the tactics that they're doing to defame black women to presumably try to light up their base, since it's so fractured right now.
I don't really care about politics in the W. This is basketball we're talking, not politics. They can try to stick their noses in it. Kathy Engelberg can attempt to let them circumvent, but at the end of the day, like Prince said, man, we control the W. Here's how we control the W. If we stop showing up, the W don't prosper. If we don't buy merch, the W don't prosper. If we don't pay for the app, or if we don't go to the games, or if we don't do this and do that, that goes with the W doesn't prosper. And unfortunately, shit rolls downhill. And what that means is if the W doesn't prosper, the players don't prosper. Is that fair to everybody? No, but that's the way it is. So a lot of these players are choosing not to go with the status quo, i.e. Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, Asia Wilson, and so many others. And we have our own, we all have a set of eyeballs. Okay, some people rather just use their ears and close their eyes. Me personally, I like to shut my mouth, open my ears, and open my eyes so I know and hear exactly what I'm seeing and hearing. Okay, I know Angel Reese is a beast. I know Asia Wilson is the face of the WNBA. I know Paige Beckers and Olivia Miles are literally the future, and I also know Caitlin Clark ain't gonna last long in this league. Okay, I also know that. That's what we're talking about. I'm not worried about their money because their money is due to our engagement. Our engagement gets them their money. Now, their endorsements outside of that, that's them. That's them marketing themselves. And whatever Caitlin Clark gets, that's from the W. So if we choose to say fuck the W, guess what? Caitlin Clark doesn't flourish. She doesn't prosper. Because State Farm is a WNBA.
But hell, are they giving out 2 for $1, $19 in Indiana, and they still can't sell out anymore? Because if you talk to the real Indiana fans, they don't even like her. They don't like her. Yeah. So that whole thing that we feel that they don't like her, because the real Indiana fans are the ones that were there for Tamika Catchings and that whole crew back in the day, right?
Yeah. And
well, Miss T, you would know about that. You could talk about that, right?
Yeah. And the thing with Indiana, people got to understand that organization been rebuilding close to like 10 years now. Because I think Tamika Catchings retired in 2016, 2015, I believe. So that organization has been in rebuild mode. Everybody is ready to win. Caitlin Clark is like a wet booger. Like she just in the way. She just in the way.
That dude just can't get out.
Yeah. Like Stephanie White ain't trying to be a babysitter. Like she trying to win championships because her reputation on the line.
Exactly. And you saw Stephanie White's face at that age. You saw her. We all saw it. Again, close your mouth, open your ears, open your eyes. You'll see it.
Right.
Okay? Just because the CC fans just want to believe what they're told, I'm going to believe what I see. And what I see is the broad is unprofessional as hell.
Yeah,
she raising my daughters who play sports to be unprofessional.
And Prince can probably speak on this, but she wasn't developed to be a team-oriented basketball player. Like the type of AAU. Say what now?
She's a street baller.
I don't even think she a street baller. Paige Becker swooped in the streets. Like
who you talking about a street baller? Caitlin Clark?
Yes, she's a playground baller.
I don't think she a playground baller.
No.
I just think she played privileged basketball.
Yeah.
I think she always played privileged. I don't think because street ballers, they do play with a little moxie. They a little tougher. I don't think she's a street baller because she don't got no real moves.
Yo,
I just think she grew up playing
Paige to me is a street baller.
She got away with her. She got away with her on the court antics because of her likeness to those, right? And I think it just got to a point where it was either let her be her or go against her, and they decided let her be her, and it was too late for them to back away. That's all they did. Because I want y'all to understand something. I think with Caitlin Clark, we having two different conversations when we talk about like the draft and how she's marketed. Being overdrafted, because I was in the kitchen earlier, but I had the microphone. I heard y'all talking, and y'all use like the Jamarcus Russell, the whatever the football, Ryan Leaf. I think we misconstruing this. Being overdrafted and being overhyped is two different things.
Cameron Brink was overdrafted.
I don't think she was overdrafted. I think she was overhyped.
Okay.
Cameron Brink or Clark?
Jamarcus Russell was overdrafted. He wasn't overhyped.
All right.
He was just overdrafted.
All right. I feel you.
I think that Clark is she went right in the range. Because if you look at that draft, right? Look at the top 10 picks. Angel and Caitlin Clark is the only ones. Rikia be having flashes, but now she's injured. Angel Reese, for all intents and purposes, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are the only ones who are even playing at that level where they were, that range where they were drafted at.
Well, you got that chick in Portland, right?
I think that's flipped. Angel should have been the first pick if that's the case.
Yeah. I'm talking about like, you know, you got your brackets. your tiers of where players get drafted. They're the only two players that no matter what we want to say about Caitlin Clark offensively, defensively, how great she is, you got to take the draft in its totality. Who was in that draft? If you look at that draft and how those players are panned out, those two are the only two that are actually even living up to a certain extent to the tier they were on. So the rest of them, the Aaliyah Edwards, the Cam Brinks, they're bottom first, top of the second picks, according to what they've produced on the court.
So if you were an owner, Prince, would you just shrug your shoulders and say it happens, or would you fire your general manager for picking Aaliyah Edwards so high and JC Sheldon so high, etc.?
Again, it's really hard with Aaliyah Edwards and Cam Brink because outside of Angel Reese, there was really no other big in that draft class that you would have took a chance on.
Right.
Who?
No, I said right.
Yeah, I mean, Camilla went right where she was supposed to go. So that's why I'm not putting Camilla in that conversation, because Camilla's right where she was supposed to go. I'm just talking about like everybody else. There was really no other big that you would pick over Cam Brink and Aaliyah Edwards, because they both had the potential to be kind of like future bigs. They just haven't panned out. One can't stay healthy, and the other still hasn't developed. Aaliyah Edwards is literally Sarah Williams of this draft.
Yeah.
Sarah Williams was drafted where she was supposed to be drafted, and Aaliyah Edwards, because of where everything landed with that draft class in 2024, there was no other option outside of Angel. Angel is the only one who got misdrafted in that draft class.
Yep.
Prince.
I think this is the confusion with that draft class. If Angel would have went where she was supposed to go, I don't think we would have any problem with the rest of the draft picks. Looking at how they've panned out so far.
I agree.
It was just that Angel was underdrafted, that now we look at the rest of the draft class and say it's out of order. In my opinion, it should have been Angel, Caitlin Clark, Camilla, and you go Rakia, Cam Brink. That's your top 5. And then you get Rakia 7 through 10. She's more developmental. Everybody else in that draft class is flamed out.
Why do you feel, Prince, that Aaliyah Edwards is one of the few unrivaled players who can't translate what she did in Unrivaled to the WNBA?
Because she still has to develop how to play in a system and be impactful. Now, Aaliyah Edwards, that's why she have moments. Today, she had a good game today. I think she had like 20 points or something like that.
Okay.
Like 23 points, 9 rebounds. So she got moments. Aaliyah Edwards' problem is she hasn't developed consistency. And you need to be able to make her feel confident on the court. If you just, you know how like Angel, Alicia Gray, and Ryan Howard and all of them, they can just go out there and play basketball, and by the fourth quarter, Angel will catch up. Aaliyah Edwards is not that type of player. Like Angel can have 7 points and 5 rebounds at halftime. She'll catch up because she's talented enough to affect the game in multiple ways, where she'll end the game with 24 points, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 4 assists, because she can catch up. Aaliyah Edwards has a good chance to develop. She just doesn't create enough impact consistently if you're not really catering things to her. That's her problem.
So, Prince, do you think she's she's with the right team right now to develop?
I think she is, because I think BG is the perfect person for her to work with. Because BG played with a ball dominant player in Taurasi that can show her how to work with teams where the offense isn't really catered to her. BG always fit around the guards because she was just that talented, and she was one of the biggest on the court. I think Aaliyah Edwards can really learn a lot from BG's play style and just her mindset. Their play styles are different. Aaliyah Edwards is more of a stretch than a back to the basket, but the mentality that BG had to have on those Mercury teams, Aaliyah Edwards can learn a lot from that because
Yeah.
if you watch BG on those teams, a lot of her points came from rim running. It wasn't a lot of back to the basket, slow the game down. Aaliyah Edwards can learn something from BG and that aspect of, hey, man, if you playing with these kind of fast guards, this is how you score.
See, I've had my own feelings, but I want to hear what you thought. But it's just amazing because if you watch Unrivaled, it's like literally almost everyone the last 2 years who did really well on Unrivaled translated it into, you know, into the WNBA. But she's like the glaring omission. Like it's just crazy. She does well in the one-on-one that first year. You know, last year she balled out, and I, for one, didn't think she could translate it, and she didn't. Now, whether it's the extra 2 players that are in the WNBA versus the spacing that you have in Unrivaled, whether it's her motor, her brain, like you said, how she processes and works in the system, but it's just a damn shame because she's going on her 4th year and she's still essentially, unless I'm wrong, she's still essentially the same player today going into her 4th year. Well, we're still in the middle of the 3rd year. She's still the same player today in the middle of her 3rd year that she was in her 1st year, and that's crazy to me.
Correct. She was overdrafted because of how the draft was set up. Let me ask y'all a real question. If Aaliyah Edwards was drafted at 10, would we be having this conversation?
She'd still be a bust at 10, though, right, Prince?
No,
I don't think she would be a bust at 10, according to like what her production has looked like so far.
Yeah,
I don't think she would have been a bust at 10 because who was number 9? Who was number 9, MSL?
I don't remember. But,
exactly.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Again, Angel being pushed to the number 7 pick, it messed up how we viewed the draft. If Angel would have been slotted where she actually should have been before all of this politicking got involved, it would have made everything else make more sense. Mystics needed a big. There wasn't another big outside of Angel Reese that you would have took over Aaliyah Edwards in that draft. Camilla and Cam Brink was already going.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't no other big you would have took. Because is any of those other bigs still in the league?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right.
If they are,
you see what I'm saying? So you got to look at it from that standpoint as well. You know, everything ain't always like so black and white. Some things you just got to sit back and let it make sense. There was, even when it comes to like the guards, Rakia was already going. Caitlin Clark was already going. Who's the other guards that was in that draft?
But didn't Washington trade J.C. Sheldon for a 2nd-round pick to Connecticut, and then dumbass Jeff P. traded for J.C. Sheldon for another one?
But Jeff P. just a bad GM.
Right. But in regards to drafting her in that spot, like, there really wasn't any other guard that you could say, yeah.
She was number 5, if I remember correctly, J.C. Sheldon.
Yeah, she went number 5. Again, man, that's what it all boils down to. It just the way that the GMs looked at the draft and how the top of the draft was set up. That was really a weak draft.
Yeah.
Again, Angel and Caitlin Clark popularity made that draft bigger than it actually was.
Yeah.
That draft wasn't about talent. That draft was about popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the only other guard of note who's notable who came out of that draft, and she didn't start playing until this year's on Layla Khan.
Exactly. And we'll see what she becomes.
And White with Portland.
We'll see what they become. I mean, but they're just pieces.
Right. Like all of them are just they're role players at best, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
we'll see. Look, we'll see what Lacan becomes when she's on a good team. Let's see if she looks good on a good team.
Right.
Mm.
Or she just becomes a defensive guard. Like, again, it's hard to evaluate players when they're on bad teams, because even when I played, there was always a saying, even on bad teams, somebody got to score.
Yes, right. That is very true.
Somebody got to be the leading scorer.
You see it in the NBA all the time. You see these mediocre players go to these bad teams and be a top 10 scorer in the league. Because this what y'all keep forgetting. We were all the number one scorers in our state.
Right.
We just had to take certain roles depending on how teams were built and what coaches' play styles, system, and expectations were. That's why I tell people all the time, y'all be calling people garbage that average 9 points a game. You can't go average 9 points just because you can count the 9. You can't average 9 points. I'm sorry. True. You can't. Because I can give half of this chat the ball right now at a half court, and I'm 37, been retired for 6 years now, and you couldn't get past half court. Because guess what? I did this for a living. I had to be good. So everything you about to do with that ball in your hands, I done seen it 1,000 times. I done studied it. I done mimicked it. I know if you about to go left, right, just by your hip. So sometimes it's just teams are set up not for who can give me 20 points. It's okay, we got our scorers. We need a big that can just rebound and rim protect. And we call a player garbage because they don't average 10 points.
Yeah.
The team didn't even draft them for that reason. Right. That's why I don't really like comparing players until you get to a certain tier. When you get to like tier 2, then we can start comparing like what players actually are.
But it's funny how it shakes out, because if you look at Tania Latson and Aneesah Morrow, right? Aneesah Morrow, she went from DePaul, didn't get a lot of pub, Big East, averaging 25, 26 points a game, went to LSU, averaged about 18 plus points a game her 2 years, and voila, she's doing well in the WNBA. Tania Latson, was a leading scorer, went to Dawn's system. I know y'all have probably had arguments about this in the past. I think, a lot of people said that she would have left, after Florida State, she'd have did great. But she went, and then now she's not even playing, and she's already been traded in her first season. Now, obviously, Aneesah Morrow's been in the league 2 years, but it's obvious you can see the growth in Aneesah Morrow. Her shots gotten better, her handles gotten better, her rebounding has gotten better, her intensity has gotten better. So the ball's in Tania Latson's court. What do you think about Tania Latson, Prince?
Tania Latson should have came out last year, where she would have got drafted for her real capabilities. See, Tania Latson's support system failed her because Tania Latson went to South Carolina because she wanted to win and she wanted to come out of college as a winner. But she had to her team should have understood her coming out of college as a winner versus her coming out of college and WNBA teams understanding who she really was two different things. See, she got drafted for being in a winning program. She didn't get drafted for being a great scorer. So the team that drafted her didn't have that expectation for her. Hence why every time she got behind the microphone, she said Roberts wanted her to be a point guard because they drafted her just for being at a winning program. They didn't draft her for being the number one scorer in the NCAA.
Makes sense.
If she would have came out last year, whatever team drafted her would have knew we're drafting you to score.
Right. You think she'll make it, or it's going to be a tough fight for her?
I think if she can learn from how Dana Evan plays on the Aces, I think she can stick on the Aces because we need young talent in the backcourt.
Prince.
So I just want her to understand she's not at Florida State anymore. She's not going to get a lot of touches, but if she can give us Dana Evans production, she can make it.
Do you see Vegas developing her like a wing, like developing her like how Jackie Young play?
No, because Jackie Young's stronger, she's bigger, and she's a little more crafty. Like as far as Jackie Young knows she's only 6 feet, but she knows how to guard somebody 6'2" because she's crafty.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
So Latson, I don't think she got that craftiness mindset or skill set to her to compensate for her height. So she gonna have to learn how to be at this level. She's a 6 woman, and she got to be comfortable with that and learn how to. Again, she got to really just stick to Dana and say, you know what? When they're ready to move off of Dana, I can do that.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be. She got to show them that when y'all ready to move off of Dana, I can play like that.
Right.
That's all it is.
Do you see any plans for Barker whatsoever, or more than likely she gonna get cut in the near future?
Barker, it's tough because the team likes her. I see how they galvanize around her. They always showing her love. She never looks disgruntled. So my thinking is something behind the scenes. There's already a communication with her and her team on how Vegas wants to approach her, because you never see her look out of place. You still see her engaged. To say she not getting minutes and not getting playing time and she's getting a lot of DMPs, something behind the scene between her team and the Aces has already been discussed.
So she
whether it be, hey,
Carter.
sit this year and we'll get you to a new spot, or hey, this is really going to be, you're on a developmental contract. We're really going to develop you. We want you to sit, learn, watch how watch how CPT comes in the game and plays with Asia and Alyssa plays, and even Brianna Turner to a certain extent. And let's see what you can be once we get rid of some of the vets. I think her and Tanaya Latson is in the same kind of boat right now with the Aces.
What about
that's why Pistons is getting more burned than both of them, because they don't have a Pistons on their team right now. They have a Tanaya Latson and Dana Evans. They have a Barker and Alyssa and Brianna Turner and CPT.
Okay, because obviously she's had a checkered past, to say the least, but she is talented. So I'm rooting for her and hoping that she does well. She does well in the league, because if they can develop her, then she'd be a nice little piece for the future.
Yeah, I mean, professional teams, man, they don't care about what you did in college.
Right.
They don't care about what colleges say about you. Because guess what? Professional teams think they better than college teams.
Yep.
Coaches in the WNBA think they better than NCAA coaches. They don't. They gonna take heed to it. They're gonna be watching for signs. But what you do in college, how you're perceived in college, man, they don't care about that. All they looking for is, can you help me keep my job?
No. Good luck to her. That's all I'll say. Good luck to her. But man, this league, I think the league is in a good place, but we just have to get past the noise, or to look straight ahead and not deal with the noise. Kathy's going to do what Kathy wants to do, but I agree with you 100%. We actually support the league. Those people who are on TV, they don't support the league. They don't watch it. They don't know it. They don't support it. 95% of these people we talk to and argue with, if you talk to them long enough, they'll say to you, well, I don't even watch this stupid league. Well, I don't even care about this stupid league.
Yeah, they only watch certain games. That's why they can't tell you about all the players.
Right, but they in the comments arguing with people and using slurs.
Yeah, man, I don't be in it. Man, I don't be. That's why I don't want us as a community. I mean, we can talk about it. It's good for a conversation, but I'm really, and again, I'm one of those people. I don't mind taking the hits, if sooner or later I can continue to push us in the right direction. I don't mind people in the comments saying, nah, but Prince, this or that. Again, I don't be caring about none of that. I'm all about pushing the narrative in a positive direction that supports the players that are playing on the court. And how we do that, look at the numbers. We bring in more numbers than all of these analysts that got these YouTube channels.
Yep.
Well, I
So
agree with that.
focus
And we're
on
real.
that part of it. That hey, we do got a voice. We are the numbers, not what ESPN and WNBA is telling us. I don't believe none of them numbers.
Well, that I agree with as well. Because I was talking to, there was a podcaster who was on recently, and he was saying that he spoke to his family, and he was black, and he had some black folks in his family. And make a long story short, they loved Caitlin Clark, but when he actually spoke to them, they admitted that they don't watch her. They said, "Oh, I just watched the highlights," and he just assumed that she was that good because they play our highlights. And that's essentially what we're fighting against, because the average casual is lazy, right? They're not looking, they're not checking it out, they're just lazy. But then you have people who will believe what they hear because of the propaganda. So when we come now, because remember, with Angel, they essentially tried to paint her as a villain, as a bad person. And we know Angel's rich. She lives a great life. She lives a lovely life. I mean, it's not to say that, Angel lives a great life. No one's arguing against that. However, there is a component, mainly online, not in the real world, but online, where they try to paint her as this awful player, this awful person. She fouls people, she does. And that's all propaganda that's being paid for and put out there. So I don't think it's wrong to push back on that and say, hey, this is not what it is. Because that podcaster, when he spoke to his relative learned something. He said, did you know Vegas beat a team by 40-something points the day before they lost to Indiana? Like this person thought Indiana was so good that they just waxed Las Vegas like that, et cetera, et cetera. So there's an each one teach one component to it as well.
Yeah. And I think that's what's gonna happen. I think the players union is collecting a lot of the grievances from players and coaches of the constant racial fan harassment, and they could use that. The players union could use that and threaten the class action lawsuit, or use it for more leverage in the CBA going into 2030 or 2032 when the current CBA ends.
They should have did that with the last CBA coming up, but that's another story.
Yeah.
I mean, look, what the CBA they just did, it's remember this is just a stepping stone. This was their first real opportunity to push forward. So they did what they're supposed to do. Do we wish they got more? Of course, but I don't think they did a bad job of this. Now the next one,
yeah,
see even more than what they did this time.
Yeah, because I think the next CBA is more money on the table, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think what they're going to do is collect a lot of these grievances, or a lot of these documents of online racial harassment, harassment in the stands. They're going to use a lot of that documented paperwork, and they're going to sit before the board of governors, and they're going to say, look, you could either give us what we want, or we'll go into a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, that's another story for another day, because I mean, the reality is that these women were being treated like they were on a plantation the last 7 years or so, and that's not cool.
And that's why you got Trump, like, he's speaking out, and then you're seeing Kamala and the Democrats. I mean, neither of these political parties really care about the workers. They just care about, getting votes. So, I don't want that to divide the players' collective power, because that's really what the two-party system does. It divides the collective unity.
Yep.
I agree with that, but to the women's credit, they seem to care mostly about themselves, which they try not to step into politics or get into politics. And we can argue that there were a few things that they didn't hold on to or make a bigger issue and so forth like that, but you rarely hear anything negative with the women. They really seem to collectively, if they don't like each other, they understand why they're there and what their opportunity is. And if they wanted to, they could have held out longer if they were willing. And I think they could have got more, because if you look at most sports leagues, they generally speaking, the gross revenue is shared between 47% and 53% with the players. Even in the 70s, when the NBA they didn't have a collective bargaining agreement, analysts went back and looked at it, and they realized that the players were still being paid about 50%. This current CBA, I know Scrub mentioned it, pays them at about 20%. Which is still minuscule compared to 40% or 37%. And I think they could have held out longer for that. But the problem is, as leaders, you can't just think about yourselves, the rich ones. You got to think about everybody else. So if the people who don't make that kind of money needed to go play, then it goes back to what Scrub said. You do it for now, and then you push forward for the next time. And as we all know, within these CBAs, the money escalates throughout the year. So it's not like it's standing still, and it grows with the revenue stream.
Yeah, and see that with the revenue share, the board of governors, they want that money back.
Oh, hell yeah.
they want that money back. So they're going to create a lot of these propaganda narratives to turn the players against each other. That's why I believe, the reason why Swin Cash, like she was on the Amazon Prime show, and she said, we got to stick together. The players got to stick together, because the board knows that the players have much larger money on the table going into 2030 and 2032. Say what now?
You got more resolve because you got more money.
Yeah.
And they know they can't go backwards with the revenue sharing. They got to continue going up. They trying to keep get that up as minuscule as possible. How you going to do that? Throw this propaganda out to try to get players go against.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I would have did, and it's just me, because I don't want to, start an argument with those who say, well, it wasn't going to happen because they would have had to stay out longer. But if I was NECA and Fee and all them, I would have said, Kathy got to go. She got to go. And if she can't go, all the BS that we discussed the last 2 hours that she was putting out there had to cease and had to stop. Whether they acknowledge it privately or it never hit the public, I don't care, because that happens all the time, right? People agree to stuff, but it can't be released to the public, so that way you don't know that the person had the advantage. Kind of like what Chicago tried to do with the Angel trade. Angels people, they wanted to make it private. Chicago said cool, and then they try to pretend like Chicago traded her when they didn't, because it was Angel's agent that went to Chicago after that half-game suspension and said, because Alexis Philippou of ESPN had already reported that. So, but they kept it private, and no one in the media talked about it, which is ironic, because if it was LeBron, it would have been all over the news. LeBron wants to go here, LeBron wants to go here, LeBron wants to go there. But they kept it private, not only because of Angel's agent's wishes, but because we're not supposed to know, to go back to Prince's argument, that Angel Reese has power. We're not supposed to know that. So that's why they kept it quiet.
Yeah.
Because we're not supposed to know she has that sort of power. But yeah, they could have, the women could have just agreed, get rid of Kathy, do this, and not even have it published. So that way the league doesn't feel embarrassed, because one thing the league doesn't want to do is admit that they're not treating the players right, or that they're racist, right? Because that whole Indiana thing in 2024, it just wasn't Angel. It was 7 to 8 other players and Cheryl Reeves who said that this happened in Indiana. So when these people say to you that Angel lied, what I always say to them is, well, guess what? 8 other players said the same thing, including Cheryl Reeves. And every time the league looked at it, they said they couldn't find nothing, which means the league wasn't interested in finding anything, because you can't say it's coincidental that 7 other players had the same experience, plus the most revered coach in the league, Cheryl Reeves. So it's something the league never wants to admit to, because once the league admits that they're racist, once the league admits that Clark has racist fans, once the league admits that they have bots. I've heard Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark, when they're asked, well, why you got all these racist fans? They go, they're bots. They're not real people.
Yeah.
You notice, my T-girl, no investigative reporter, no news network ever comes back and says, well, Stephanie, well, Caitlin, who are paying for these bots? Bots are not from dumb poor white trash and trailers. People are paying for that stuff. Whether it's being paid for by Nike, I don't know. Whether it's being paid for by the WNBA, I don't know. Dave Portnoy, I don't know. Somebody's paying for it.
And I gotta check my facts on this. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I think Nike have a partnership with YouTube or something like that, or like they're a big investor in YouTube or something.
Well, Showtime just said they deleted his video yesterday.
Yeah,
so I believe it.
Yeah.
When Showtime showed the compilation video of Clark assaulting people in one of his videos, and I'm looking at it saying, "But you're not showing us." But somehow they had the technology to see Showtime, but they actually deleted the video, and then he had to write in the comment section that they deleted his video. So I believe it, because when YouTube can delete your videos, or when you search for certain things, you find bad videos on Angel Reese, but it's a lot harder to find bad videos on Caitlin Clark. That's the power structure. That's the power structure at work.
Yeah,
That
it's
means
a
they're
machine.
against you.
Yeah, and like they'll put like racist content creators, like they'll put those people at the top of the
They're in the
YouTube
algorithm.
feed.
When you search, you get their hits.
Yeah, but like if you want a informed like basketball take, you gotta search like hell.
Yeah.
You gotta search like hell.
That's what we fight. That's what we don't fight against it because we know where to go. But that's where the average Joe Smo basketball fan fights against, because how many times have we seen people say when they come to Showtime's channel or the Princess channel, they go, "Oh my God, I finally got a channel that I can get good basketball content," because they kept hitting duds.
Right.
Like 10 other times, because that's what the algorithm pays for, is for you to get hit with the dud. So that Nike connection, I would only have to agree based off what we see in YouTube world, because it's all propaganda and marketing, as Key would say, to make Clark look bigger than what she actually is, because she's actually never was big. That was all propaganda. And for those in the chat, because I know some are there who say, "How can you say that?" Because in order to be big, it just can't happen. You have to have something or accomplish something, right? You got to win championships. You got to have a great personality. You got to play. You got to have something exciting about your game. You got to have something exciting about you. And as we all know, she has none of that. The only reson why she's quote unquote popular is because they tell her she is.
Hey, shout out to Al Morrow for the 5-piece. She said the congressional let's see, here we go. The congressional letter is a response to Angel being on Obama podcast. Okay, y'all heard me, right?
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, making sure. Shout out to Flaming Boots for the. Make sure y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I shout out to Flaming Boots for the 5-piece show. They out here saying CC and Soviet done more for the lead than any black woman.
They said what, Showtime?
Sophie and CC done more for the lead than any black woman.
No, we'll just ignore that, because the funny thing when I hear this. All right, the funny thing when I hear this stuff is, if they done so much for the league, then why is it the people who like her the most don't know anything about the sport or her? Like I don't believe it. Like I'll give an example with the All-Star game, right? Right. Angel Reese, as y'all know, has millions of subscribers, right? By far the most social media subscribers in the WNBA. And generally speaking, in the last 10 years, the criteria that they've used to determine popularity is what? The amount of Twitter people you have, IG people you have, YouTube, whatever, your social media, etc. But all of a sudden, so what Kathy does is make us forget all that, right? In 2024, she gave us all this propaganda, say Caitlin Clark, the best ever, whatever, the greatest, come watch her, put all her games on TV. So, and then anything that's under her control, right? She'll say, like the All-Star game, "Oh, she's the top voter, this, that." Then we had a slip in the crack, right? The FIBA vote earlier this year, right? Or was it last year? The FIBA vote. They had a vote, and Angel had 4 million votes. Paige had 2 million votes. and Clark had 1 million votes. And you know what they did, my T girl? Of course,
Yeah.
not only did they shut down the website and stop the vote, they
Yeah.
made it so you can't go back, you can't look at it, you can't screenshot it, you can't reference it.
Yeah.
They totally got rid of the website, which lets you know, because it's a crack, which lets you know that they can't ever have Caitlin Clark, if it's something under their control, come out second or come out third
No.
to another player.
But
Now let's go to
because
Leo. Now let's go to Leah Boston. She got a podcast with Candace, right? If you look at
yeah.
their podcast, they got about 36,000 subscribers, and they do it during the season, and they range from like 5,000 to 35,000 views on their podcast. Angel Reese has a podcast on the off season, not even during the season. She's got, if I remember correctly, about 166,000 subscribers. And her show, bare minimum, gets like 35,000 views, but generally she'll get between 1 and 200,000 views, and some of them go up to hundreds of thousands or 1 million. But somehow they want us to believe that Aaliyah Boston had the #1 votes in the All-Star game, though on the same platform that presumably Indiana fans go to. Angel's off-season podcast on the same platform totally demolishes and annihilates Aaliyah Boston's podcast with a Hall of Famer, Candace Parker. And this is the stuff they pass off on us that Prince was talking about that we got to pay attention to, because they pass stuff off like this and they think we stupid. They think we dumb, or like they want us to believe that Jess Shepard, a career reserve, all of a sudden has more votes than Angel Reese, though she's never been a starter in her career.
It goes back to that corporate sabotage I was saying earlier. And with
100%.
It's all about Nike and Adidas. Like they have to have their players on the floor on the All-Star so they could get that promotion. If you have Angel Reese out there and she's like showing everybody up, she's doing typical Angel Reese stuff, that make Reebok look good, and Nike and Adidas don't want that.
Just responded to someone in the chat. You can go ahead, Monty.
Yeah, but with Candace Parker and that podcast with Aaliyah Boston, that's Adidas. All that is Adidas, and Candace Parker personality is so dry. Like she was a good player, but her like HD be saying, her personality is like watching paint dry.
But what I'm saying is, because people love to say stuff, and then the so-called detractors like to say, well, where's your facts or where's your logic? So a lot of times when I had these discussions, I like to use like platforms, right? Like that FIBA vote, or like their YouTube show. Both of them are on YouTube. They both have a show, right? And Angel Reese's show completely annihilates and demolishes Aaliyah Boston's show in both views and subscribers on the same platform, and it's during the off season. Imagine how many views it would have if it was during the season. But then they want us to believe that Aaliyah Boston, that has that one Adidas ad that you just talked about with Candace Parker, that's the only ad I know she has, right? And but we're supposed to believe that she's the leading vote getter for the All-Star team for the front court. For the front court, when they're on the same platform, Angels fans totally have way, way, way more interest in her YouTube show than in Aaliyah Boston's YouTube show. But this is the stuff that Kathy passes off all the time, and we're just supposed to accept it, when in any other medium or any other research or any other marketing, they would tell you you're crazy. Because I've seen some of these marketing reports, and some of them outright will tell you that Angel is the most marketable player in the WNBA, bar none. And some of them, they fudge it, but you can tell where they fudge it, because they'll say stuff like, well, Clark has the better brand companies. That's not true. Angel has Dell, Angel has Amazon, and companies like that. What are you talking about? So so you can tell when they play games if you can read the stuff. But when they say social media, they say #1. When they say marketing or brand, they say #1, because Clark doesn't really have a brand, unless you want to say it's racism. Because as y'all know, her brand was created by marketers. Whereas
Yeah.
Angel's brand was accepted by people who responded and liked her from going back to high school to
Yep.
when LSU won the title and so forth like that. Because most people we talk to, they either followed Angel from LSU, and even if they didn't from high school, they're familiar with her high school career because they went back to learn more about her. None of Clark's quote unquote fans had that type interest in her, and that's because most of them that are real, they're there
Yeah.
because of the propaganda and the marketing that ABC and ESPN, etc., and Yahoo
Yeah.
put out on her,
Now,
which seeks their
I'll
curiosity. But
say
they
she have two fans. I'll say that she have the Iowa fans because Iowa didn't have like a superb basketball season since I think C. Vivian Stringer was coaching Iowa back in the 90s before she went to Rutgers, I believe. And like
right.
that was their only like real competitive run. So when Caitlin Clark came, a lot of the Iowa fans, they rallied around her because Iowa really like they don't have a college football team that do well, and they don't have a competitive women's basketball team. So Caitlin Clark was like must see TV for them. I think what happened later was when a lot of the major brands started jumping onto her and started marketing her. That's when the conservative, like MAGA, red pill people started coming into the
And
conversation.
they came not because they marketed her, because if that was the case, why did they jump on Ionescu? Why did they jump on Breonna Stewart? Why didn't No, the reason why they came was for two reasons. Because one, they said she was the best ever and all that other stuff, right? They went
Yeah,
as Showtime likes to talk about, they went way overboard. And this attracted your bandwagon of racists,
you
lonely
right.
people,
Yeah,
bandwagoners, clout chasers,
you right.
etc. And then once they put money out in there for the internet, they put money out in there. So you have this coterie of YouTube channels, for example, that only support Caitlin Clark. They don't talk
Mm-hmm.
basketball. They don't talk
Right.
WNBA. They just
Right.
talk Clayton Clark, and
You're right.
everything that bad that happens to her is never Caitlin Clark's fault. It's
It's always
always
somebody else.
someone else's fault.
Yeah.
So they're not real basketball channels. So when you see that, these aren't organic. They're paid for, whether they're paid
Right.
for by hits or they're paid for by the social media marketplace, because they have something called a social media marketplace. This happens in politics, this happens in consumerism, and it also happens in war, with countries. I won't name their names, but if they want to try to make their image look better, they'll give it to a marketing or PR company, and what they'll do is they'll put out hits and messages that if you say this word or promote this product or say this, we'll pay you $7,500, $6,000, $5,000 every time you say it. But the general public thinks it's real. They think it's organic, but it's not. You're being paid, and this happens all the time. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
those so-called Caitlin Clark channels, they're being paid to support Caitlin Clark, either directly or through intermediaries or through hits or how they hit on the revenue. This is why they don't talk basketball or don't know basketball and can't say anything good, for example, about someone like Angel Reese, because along with paying them to mention Caitlin Clark, as Showtime and others have said in the past, they're also paid for negativity against Angel Reese. Just like all those videos, that you see, those out of
Right.
context videos, people
Right.
pay for that. That's not
Yeah.
organic, because if it was organic, then
Right.
everybody would have a video
Right.
like that. It's only Angel Reese that has
And
videos like that.
another thing I add with Caitlin Clark, like with her game, her game is just made for the casual fan. Like a lot of casual fans, they don't really care about stuff like the rebounding or the defense or how a player can impact the game like without the ball in their hands. Like casual fans don't care about that stuff. A casual fan just want to see the ball go through the net. And it was easy to really sell Caitlin Clark to a mass audience because she played the game like typical kids on the internet, like doing all the threes and stuff.
But that's until you actually watch her game, because that's a popular notion. And I've always said this about a lot of athletes, and for those in the chat and in the audience, I think we've all had this experience over the years, as I'm sure you've had, Showtime and Prince, where there are certain players when you watch them, you get to watch them every day, you actually go, wow, this play is really, really good, or way better than I thought. And then there are other players, when you watch them every day on a regular basis, you go, as to sound like Prince, this play is trash. This play is trash. And Caitlin Clark and Angel is that thing. If you watch Caitlin Clark every day, you realize, oh, she gets a lot of those points in garbage time. Oh, she's a front runner. Oh, she chucks up shots when she shouldn't. She can't really read a defense in the half court. But then when you watch Angel, you go, oh wow, she's a better passer than I thought. She has a higher IQ than I thought. She's a better motivator than I thought. Oh, she can handle the ball and go behind her back and make spin moves and crossovers. I didn't know that. I thought she was just someone that stayed in front of the basket and tried to plow through you. And you go, oh, I didn't realize that she makes key plays in the fourth quarter or when her team needs her the most. I mean, ever since she's been in the WNBA, she's been the top 3 highest fourth quarter scorers in the WNBA. Last year, she was the top ISO forward. No, it was her and AT. They were the only 2 forwards that were the top ISO players, meaning, so when people say, oh, she has no offense, that's a lie, because you can't be a top ISO player in the league if you don't know how to create your own shot. And it was only her and AT that were the 2 forwards. The rest of them were all guards, which makes sense because guards have crazy handles. So you notice this when you watch her and other players' games, where you go, whoa, I really like her. But Caitlin Clark, when you watch her, and this goes back to Showtime's favorite line, well, they made the mistake of putting all her games on TV. So if people are gonna watch all her games, then as Showtime says, then you'll realize her game, as y'all like to say, is trash.
Right.
And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it in the context of, you can't say someone is the best ever, but then there's 8 holes in their game or things that they need to improve on mentally, physically, and basketball wise. And then at the same time, tell us this is the best ever. The 2 don't jive.
Right. And then I feel like if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, you should just watch Olivia Miles, because Olivia Miles is just a much better open court point guard than Caitlin Clark.
Agreed. And when you talk about a game being entertaining, let's deal with the elephant in the room. 2 weeks ago, when that whole thing happened with AT, one of the speculation was the only reason why they gave AT the suspension was because they didn't want to talk about CC being benched after the turnover and the lack of follow-up on defense on DeWanna Bonner. That happened at approximately, I think, 3:15 in the third quarter. So Stephanie White pulled her out the game. Then she had a coaches conference. Brianna January went to CC and tried to pull her. CC didn't seem to want to go. So then Stephanie White went and pulled her and put Raven in the game. And then they had a huddle. As soon as the huddle was over, CC walked off the court, followed not by her medical trainer or any medical personnel, but followed by the GM of the team. So this would have been a debacle as far as her image, because her image is not what they say it is. Her image is the complete opposite. She's not the girl next door. She's she's a very, very mean, nasty person. And so what happens? They say AT retroactively harmed her physically. They come with all this crazy stuff. They make the fake videos, when in reality, it was her relationship with DeWanna Bonner going back to last year that the media doesn't want to talk about, that created the strife. Then in the game, she was the one wrestling with DeWanna Bonner, which caused the incident. Then in that same game, she went in between AT and Helen Zines, 2 large women, and tried to instigate. Then after she got a tech for that, she went to the audience and tried to instigate them. And then in the same game, she went on the bench and tried to instigate again. And then later, when she had the press conference, she didn't apologize for what she did. So here you have a person that in one game created like 6 little mini incidents that didn't help the situation. But then the headlines after are, oh, she's a victim because people are picking on her, when it's the complete opposite. She was not only the instigator, she was also the person that tried to basically start a riot in the arena And that's why she got the tech. Not when she was clapping on the bench. I think she got the tech when she was trying to incite Hines Allen and AT.
Yeah. And all of that, just a whole bunch of front running.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, right? We talked about this earlier with Prince. I don't know if Prince is still on, but the thing is that you're telling us that violence is being perpetrated against her, but it's projection, right? It's kind of like when George Bush, W, not HW, remember when he ran against Kerry, and John Kerry was a war hero, right? So they was like, and in W. Bush Dubois, he was a chicken hawk, right? So they did this whole thing. He stayed in America in the Texas National Guard. So they paid off these guys that was with John Kerry, and they call it the Swift boat. It's become like an adjective now. They swift boated John Kerry, and the media was in on it. They paid off whoever they needed to pay off in the media, and then next thing you know, they ran all this stuff nonstop, saying John Kerry really wasn't a war hero. That he was a coward. He was a this.
He was a war dodger and all of that.
Right, and they bought and they. So it's called take your greatest weakness and use it against your opponent. And that's what they do with Angel. So everything that is actually an issue with Clark, they put it off on Angel. So for example, when Clark was a rookie, right, she had a poor shooting percentage, right? So then all of a sudden the refs, as Brass Tack said earlier, when it looked like Angel was going to win the rookie of the year, all of a sudden the refs just started calling her crazy in that rookie season. And next thing you know, her shooting percentage dropped to what, 38 or 39. Well, meanwhile, Clark's had hovered between 39 and 41 that year. I think it ended at 41 or 40 in that rookie year. So then all of a sudden she had turnovers. So we start talking about Clark turnovers. So the next thing you know, this year, all of a sudden she's being called for 3 seconds and offensive fouls and all these crazy things that add to her turnover total. So now you're getting arguments in these chats for people saying about Angel having turnovers, just like how they'll say Angel. So just like you see all these videos, like anytime there's a foul, WBB channel and these channels come up and say she elbowed this person and did. As far as I know, this is all stuff that happens in the game. If you're going to show someone being elbowed or something like that, it has to be really, really bad. Kind of like when Boston did that to Collier, Kai Copper. Like that was a really bad elbow. And ironically, that Indiana team is a dirty team, particularly with CC and Boston, but that doesn't get discussed, but they're all supposed to be victims. So the CC clan has a way of taking her weaknesses and trying to put it off on Angel, but they're not working, because when you actually watch Angel's team versus CC's team, which they just watch highlights and clips, you'll notice that Angel's points and what she does is more meaningful within the impact of the game versus where CC, if you watch that game with Vegas, most of her points were in garbage time. Matter of fact, they had her in the game when they were up 20 points in the fourth quarter, up until I think the 4 or 3 minute mark, when they were up 20 points. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? And then they still mad because they think now her average is going to be driven down if Stephanie White does what she says she's going to do, because if she's playing 25 minutes a game, then I guess she's going to score between 8 and 15 points a game instead of the 20 that she's been chucking up, since the year. And this was a follow-up to her 16 points at 38% field goal percentage last year. So it'll be interesting to see if she'll fall back to that 38% field goal percentage of last year, or will she hover around it? But in my opinion, they're using her the way she should be used at this stage of her career, which is what they tried to say about Angel. Remember, they tried to say when she came to Atlanta, they tried to get ahead of it and say, know your role, you're a rebounder. That's all you are. Know your role, you're a rebounder. And all of us like, what the hell you talk about? Have you ever watched Reese play? What the hell you mean? She's a rebounder, right? But guess what, guys? Right now, Steph White is saying, know your role, know your role. I want you to be a point guard. And if you can't be a point guard, I'm going to sit you or bench you. So it's funny how it always reverse unos and comes back on her or on them who try to perpetrate that when they try to pin that donkey on Angel Reese. It never works.
Right. Well, I gotta leave, y'all. I'll catch up with y'all later.
Well, I don't know if Prince or Showtime is
Oh.
there, but they can come back. Because they probably saw us talking. They said, let me go cook on my barbecue. Let me go shopping. Let me go come back. Let me go do this. Let me go do that.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, so we're close to hurricane season. So I gotta keep an eye on
Prince,
the
you
weather
still
and
there?
everything.
This is hilarious. I guess he left us on so we could talk,
Yeah.
right?
All right. You take care, MSL.
You too. Good to hear you, my T. By the way, I listen to y'all all the time at night. It's just sometimes I can't come on. So I listen to y'all all the time on HD show.
I'll be on Threads too. You can find me on Threads.
Okay.
Yeah. At T Girl on Sports.
Okay, cool. T Girl on Sports. And I'll talk to you later. It's great talking to you. I appreciate it.
You too. All right.
Prince, you there? Oh, this is funny. This is funny. Well, I gotta run myself, so I guess I'll be the one ending the show unless Prince or Showtime or HD comes. But it was great talking to y'all. And yes, CC will become a role player. I agree with that. She doesn't have a skill set. I agree with that. And all the other stuff. But I'm gonna run. So Prince, I appreciate it. Showtime, I appreciate it. HD, if you're out there, I appreciate it. AJ, I appreciate it. Brass and everybody that was on the panel, I appreciate it. They'll do this again, I'm sure. And talk to y'all later. Hope all's good. If Prince comes back, great. But so I'll go off for now. If he comes back and he wants to still talk, I'll come on. But for now, we'll give everybody a break so they can go on with their day as well. Thank you, y'all.